보고 싶.
하우스트가 나설 만한 곳이어야 할 겁니다.
거긴 킬존이다.
깨어라.
What's up, Panther? So, I'm pretty tired today, and therefore we are not going to go hardcore into any like insane stuff today.
포장자 한번 벗겨야겠군.
Just gonna yap a little bit, and then after that we're gonna go talk about your jiggy.
떨굴 수밖에.
I too am getting jiggy with it. What's up, Lexron? Today we're having some 8% beer, 8% alcohol beer.
차단.
Cheers, gang. Cheers. The reason why you see Limbus company on screen right now
떨굴 수밖에.
is because right before starting stream, I completed one mission and then I leveled up. When leveling up, you get free stamina. So I just realized, I pressed start stream, I came to the game, and then it was like, oh, max stamina. And I was like, alright then, I guess I'm gonna do this then. Tomorrow is gonna be the summer event, and it's looking like fun. But we'll talk about it later, alright? For now, let's just exhaust our stamina in this game. You guys are probably playing your games as well, and we're all chilling now. Hell yeah.
어때 딸? 엄마밖에 없지?
I don't know whether I said the right words, but good enough. It would be nice if we can watch some YouTube videos together before to like just chill together. Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be super fun.
네. 아, 그래.
오늘은 시간을 얼마나 더
몸을 풀어두죠. 설마.
준비한 기믹은 이게 다인가? 귀와 요격, 함수, 정리라!
Alright, keep pushing. I'm looking for a YouTube video to watch with you guys. Any recommendations? If you have any recommendations, put it into the YouTube chat. Is this Nikke too? No, I'm just using up the the stamina that I have. What's up, Sanguchi? Hello. YouTube.com. Okay. Tomorrow's the big day. Tomorrow's the announcement. Tomorrow's the live stream. I'm so hyped for it.
지불할 능력도 의사도 없다면
I'm very hyped for it. But yeah, there's not much for us to do in Nikke right now. And I have a video in the backlog that I need to edit. You can watch YouTube videos of JP Bros play PvP.
발광. 차단.
Let me search. Why is Nikke so popular? Is there any video about Nikke's popularity in the last 1 month?
준비한 기믹은 이게 다인가?
No one has made any Nikke video essays in the last 1 year. How's that possible?
얼마 안 걸릴 거야.
이제 탁구 놀기.
Nikke is already popular. Yes, it is, but you know, I thought there might be.
인간을 대체 또 죽었나?
남은 시간이 탈탈 털어주는 수준.
떨굴 수밖에.
얼마 안 걸릴 거야.
How about in the last 1 year? Surely there's something. Have we reacted to this video together before? It's called... I heard Nikke was the most misunderstood Nikke gacha, so I played it for a month to see that through.
수가 이어졌다면
It has 160,000 views in 9 months.
I'm willing to bet a fair bit of my core audience saw this video and did a double take onto why I'm playing this game. And the
Yo, a pile of poop with a face? Thank you for the pile of poop with a face. I'ma put it into the background. Alright, let's check this video out. Fair. Can't hear, no volume. Alright, let me...
in some countries into a list that's meant to be underrated ones. So I decided that since the people asked for it, I would do a video talking about Nikke.
Is it working right now?
In particular, I would talk about one thing that the player base has been saying over and over about the game, that it's misunderstood. Not within the fact that if you play it in a public space, you will be added to a list. People generally know about how degenerate it is. There's nothing really smoke and mirrors about that, but instead, there is a very great game beyond that. You can judge it as a gooner game, and you wouldn't be wrong to, but there is something beyond that that people can love. So that is what I want to find out, to see if the propaganda I have heard about this game is true or not, and if it's not, then that just means I've played Brown Dust 2 and Nikke back to back, so yeah.
Brown Dust 2 and Nikke back to back is good work.
That sentence is gonna stick with me. What's the next game people are gonna recommend from our part 2 of Underrated Gotcha's idea? Fucking Azure Lane? But the thing I wanted to check out was a story, as that's what I've heard over and over is peak. And to me, it's the most important part because all the gotchas I've stuck with for years were ones that made me give a shit about the world and characters. And the ones I dropped were around when I stopped giving a shit about the story. Because like, I can take horror gameplay if it means I'll have something to be invested in. I mean, goddamn, I've played Drakengard 3 before. And I currently play Limbus Company. So when it came to Nikke, I was wondering just how they'd make me invested. Now, the premise for the plot is pretty basic. Post-apocalyptic world, these things called raptures came onto Earth, went to clap humanity's cheeks, humanity tried to negotiate with them, that didn't fucking work. To fight back, they developed the Nikkes by transplanting human brains into strong chassis. Really sounds quite fucked up when you say it out loud, but they were humanity's only way to win. Then they got their ass beat all the way to Sunday and retreated underground into the Ark, the last bastion of humanity. It's kind of similar in a sense to PGR's apocalyptic setting, though instead of the last bastion being in space, it's underground. So I suppose you could say it's probably a little closer to Gurren Lagann if you think about it, though the Raptures have been on Earth for more than a century, and
I haven't watched Gurren Lagann, and I think I should.
humanity is trying to take the surface back. Because of that, they send out a commander with a squad of Nikkes to fight the war against them. And that's where the game starts. Or more specifically, it starts with everything having gone to shit. The mission was a search and rescue for lost Nikkes, but one of the transport ships got blown up.
No idea what that is. It's a legendary game that apparently has a character with a drill as a weapon, like Rappy Red Hood. Apparently.
On the way there, then you meet up with a squad of Nikkes who lost their leader, so you become the de facto commander. In your squad, you got Marian, Rappy, and Honest. After one
Yo, this summary is awesome.
of the battles, Marian gets injured, and the commander, you, goes to wrap a bandage around her wound, which confuses the Nikkes because no one treats them with any amount of respect. You see, yes, they're pretty much humanity's last hope against the Raptures, but the success rate of missions are abysmal. Most combat missions lack the word combat as a descriptor, motherfucker. Most of them are suicide missions.
Also, when he says that the reason why it's why Marian being treated with a bandage is important is because no one treats them with respect. It feels a little bit like, my lady.
Because of this, so much propaganda is done to dehumanize the Nikkes, just treat them as weapons of war, and to be sent out, used, and discarded. Most commanders don't even go on
What's up, Tiny?
Nikkes you've worked with before, because they don't want that bond to be made. The government has an iron grip on making them seen as just weapons because then it's easier to discard them and harder for them to disobey. It's kinda, fortunately, a bit of a common thing done in the actual military. But this is where you, the player, comes
You got
in.
cooked?
Someone who actually cares about Nikkes.
Hell
So you
yeah.
go through the area looking for a squad of Nikkes that went missing, even though the success rate of these missions are so low, until eventually you get intel that the plane which was supposedly shot down was blown up from the inside by bombs that needed a Nikke's authorization to go off, and the only surviving Nikke from that plane was Marian. When Rappy learned about this, she pressed Marian on it to find out she was corrupted on that plane. And corruption is when the Raptures take control of a Nikke's brain. In some cases, this corruption turns them into a heretic that fights humanity on the side of the Raptures, but for the most part, corruption basically means death. Because of this, you need to fight Marian, and after the battle, according to protocol, all Nikkes that have suffered damage to their brains need to be disposed of by their commander.
Oh no, not this song. Not again.
している暇はありません。
Cannot guzu guzu.
イレギュラーになる可能性が高くなります。
Irregular.
指揮官、
Do-do-do-do. Coco des. Your heart became irregular because of this? Bro. I guess the saying is that the saying of you never forget your first love is true, huh?
After seeing this scene, I knew that if this was the level of weight and care put into the story, all the praise I heard was not exaggerated. Most gacha openings are very bland and usually just an exposition dump, but this one didn't spend a
Yeah,
lot of
fuck
time repeating
exposition
the look to
dumps.
the player with the same charisma as reading a wiki page. They gave context clues and just enough information about the world so you don't feel lost.
Play your
Then
emotions
set
do
up
well.
perfectly with an
True.
emotional
Fair.
scene at the end. And didn't take half a day to finish because unlike a lot of gachas, the story isn't really bloated. Like, I read all the way to chapter 14 in the game and it really didn't take me that long to be honest. Well, to read. To play is one thing, but reading is quick. Now, my thoughts on the main story chapters, aside from the prologue, from the ones I've seen, it's been a pretty easy read. There's good doses of comedy, so not everything is depression porn, which I've seen way too many gachas fall into. The overall plot is interesting as well. You're basically carving your own place within the arc and slowly unraveling the secrets behind it. But aside from some key moments, overall the main story plot
Absolute
felt
trio.
good.
Damn.
This is only up to 14, don't know about the later ones, but overall,
Who's this
aside
guy?
from some key moments, the main plot wasn't mind-blowing, but I also don't
This guy is Sunal. Sunal.
think that's the goal. So far, it just felt like a quick and easy read to get you invested in the world.
Hey, what's up,
You're
village?
actually reading a novel, but you're
How
not
you
reading
doing,
the
brother?
story either. That's a vibe I got from the main
Keeping
story.
busy, I
Sort of
hope.
like a nice small piece of a bigger cake, which I don't really know if I should use that analogy given the game I'm talking about, but you know what I'm saying.
Look at the
Because
crow
what I
art.
found out was the main piece
What
of the
crow
cake
art?
was the side stories, in particular, Overzone. Now, I heard this was one of the best stories the game had to offer. My friends were pushing me to try it out when they saw I was playing the game. They recommended a shit ton of Pilgrim events, but said that if you only had to focus on one, Overzone is where it's at. And I see why. It was fucking goated. Now, when I talk about
From
this,
the game
I am gonna
intro
spoil
video.
it. So if you don't
Fair.
want to be spoiled, bestie, you're gonna have to click off the video, not gonna lie.
Okay, I think one of the reasons why Overzone is so impactful and so good is that the format of the story is so rare. I've never heard of this. I've never heard of a Overzone style format of a story before. Oh yeah, we're protecting this one spot for the entire storyline. That's so interesting. That's one of the reasons why I think Overzone is so popular.
I sort of ended up writing a lot about it because I really fucking enjoyed it. I think it's the best way to show where the praise for the story comes from.
You neither?
Overzone begins with the Goddess Squad defending an outpost for humanity. The goal is to hold off any hordes of raptures trying to break through, as what they're defending is the Ark before it got into Earth, before it's sealed off. The story takes place years before the main plot does. This is humanity essentially at its weakest. They're forced into the Ark as a last retreat, and if it can be sealed off, they'll have a chance to regroup. But if not, humanity will be extinguished. And all that's left of the Goddess Squad is Dorothy, Snow White, Scarlet, and Rapunzel. Their leader, Lilith, died and Red Hood is nowhere to be found. Dorothy took control as squad leader and keeps sending messages to the Ark. The request being that after holding out and making sure not a single rapture gets past the outpost, they'll be taken into the Ark as goddesses of victory for their sacrifices.
Of course.
A bit on the nose for a title considering it's the name of the game, but I mean, hey, it makes sense. They're basically humanity's last bastion as there's a grand total of fucking 4 of them. They have some mass-produced Nikkes on their squad, think cannon fodder basically, but the situation is dire and they haven't heard back from command in a while. Then when they're about to have a nice meal, raptures attack them and burn down their food storage. All of it. Turned to ash. And the mass-produced Nikkes they had were reduced to just one left, Pine. Though they were able to scrounge up some food, but it barely lasted them any time. After some days had passed, they had no food, were slowly dying, and the Ark hadn't responded. Not once. Since given the orders, the Ark hasn't responded to any of their calls. Because
Damn.
of this, the group starts infighting. Scarlet gets drunk to cope. Rapunzel spends all of her time praying for the dead.
OMG,
Snow
I
White
hope
is spending
Pine
all of her
survives.
time keeping watch for the raptures, and Dorothy doesn't
Me
know what
too,
to do
man, me
until
too.
Pine speaks up and says that the infighting is unbecoming of the Goddess Squad. As to the mass-produced Nikkes, they resemble hope. All of the ones that chose to fight alongside them did so because of what they represent. So seeing them reduced to petty infighting is unbecoming. They're the squad keeping the last bastion of humanity standing, the squad that will return to the Ark as heroes, but in this situation, what can they do? The leader, Dorothy, has 2 of her comrades coping in whatever way they can. The third is staying on lookout for days without eating or sleeping, and the one lifeline they keep asking for help hasn't responded at all. To find some solace or way to fix
White
things, she
memory
returns to
equals
Lotus
in the
Grave,
into
which
the
is what
mirror
Phoenix speaks
is
to her
greater
and
than
says
all
that
else.
She's putting everything on her shoulders. She doesn't trust anyone and has been going about this on her own. So she makes her ask for help. Tells her that it's okay
Overzone
to.
was so good, I
It's
wish I
funny.
was a day 1
random
player.
mass-produced Nikke is basically the glue that's keeping Dorothy from unraveling. She's the one that's had her back for these
Fair.
last couple of days. Hell, without her, the Goddess Squad would have definitely fallen. But due to her advice, Dorothy asks Snow White for help and she starts going out for provisions because the Raptures hadn't attacked in some days. Then she was able to help Rapunzel stop spending all of her time praying for the dead and instead focus on the living. Then she finds out Scarlet was only pretending at being drunk as a way to raise her spirits, and together, they all fix their problems and share the same goal, survival. They presume that the Ark won't be able to send in resources, and so, 2 people will stay at the outpost and guard it, whilst the others go out to secure more provisions. The first roundup, Pine and Dorothy will stay at the outpost as everyone else gathers supplies. Though, after skinning the deer they got, the Raptures attacked the base. Dorothy made Pine shoot the rescue flare to inform the members that had left to return, then told her to go into hiding as she fought off the Raptures. But after the battle, Dorothy found out that Pine was corrupted.
どうしてなぜドロシーさんどうさ
No, Pine.
ピナ私の声が聞こえますか侵食なんかに負けないでください私がいます私がゴッテス勝利の女神人類の希望ドロシー
Oh, the Japanese voice acting is heartbreaking. This voice acting is heartbreaking, bruh.
できませんそんなことでできるはずが一緒戦え
戦え
一緒に行けたらいいかな信号弾行こうドロシ
Ah. So the fact that you can find a way to kill another Nikke, a Nikke can find a way to kill another Nikke, has been foreshadowed as early as here, huh? Like, remember, by right, Nikkes are not able to kill other Nikkes unless they are given like some kind of special permission from the central government. And then, the fact that Nikkes can kill other Nikkes if they have the right mindset for it was also foreshadowed in chapter 14, 15, 16 maybe? They can overcome the code, yeah. It was foreshadowed so early.
ご無事ですかドロシー
Dorothy! Oh man. Oh man. Oh man.
返してください
ドロシ
返してくださいピナを返してください楽園に一緒に行くとだから返してください
Pine was the only reason she made it this far. She lent her hand and kept Dorothy sane as she had the position of leader thrown on
Her
her
redemption
and
arc was so
prepared
worth
for that
it.
burden. When the Ark never responded to her, when her comrades also come to isolation, finding whatever way best to cope with the hopelessness, Pine...
I think it's absolutely insane the way Dorothy's arc, redemption arc was written. If you think about it, her redemption arc started with Boom the Ghost, talking about, you know, looking for Pine, and then it progressed to Goddess Fall, where she realizes that her inaction let down the people she loves around her. And I don't mean Goddess Squad, I mean Eden. And then it continued to chapter 46, It started when Red Hood talked to her. Oh, fine. I mean, that part didn't really make her change that much, in my opinion. It was more like, she was more of like, huh? There are people who don't want to be revived and loved the way that I love you, right? But where she really changed was those places. And then chapter 46 is obviously when she had the payoff of Dorban being a piece of shit. Then sorry, not Dorban, Doban being a piece of shit. And then meeting Oswald's grandchildren, and spoilers alert. And then what's the last one? What's the last part of it? Meeting the legendary commander.
Helped her reach out to them
Yeah.
and stay together. Dorothy's one hope that has kept her sane throughout all of this was the promise
Anderson,
from the Ark
yep.
that they will be let into paradise after everything. That's why she can never easily let go when it came to asking for confirmation that they'll be allowed in the Ark.
It's like Nikke, it's like Shift Up wrote like 100 knots into a story, and then all they had to do is just untie one knot, and then another, and then another, and then perfection.
But after Pine saved her, she stopped being a slave to the comms device.
Yeah.
She still wanted to go to the Ark, but
Yeah.
Pine being there helped lessen her enthrallment to that promise.
Yeah.
Because with Pine, maybe she could have her paradise on the surface, but it was all ripped away from her. After ensuring she was safe, Snow White left her alone in her room to grieve. And when everything is lost and Dorothy is at her lowest, she finally gets a response from the Ark. In unusually high spirits, she tells the Goddess Squad about the news and they listen to the message. It gives them 3 tasks to do. 1. Establish comms. 2. Clear out strong raptures in the area. And 3. Destroy the freight elevator to the Ark so the raptures can't take it down before it's ready to be secured. And the Ark assures them that they
You wonder how much he
for what
did?
they've had to
No
sacrifice.
clue, bro.
Before setting out, Snow
We'll see.
White asks Scarlet and Rapunzel to keep an eye out for Dorothy because of what she went through and the fact that she's unusually upbeat. But they get supplies from command and easily enough finish the first 2 tasks. And before setting out for the third, Snow White asks Dorothy a question.
どうして私たちをじっと見つめて。
Mm-hmm.
ドロシー、なぜ私たちと言うんだ。
Why you say
そこにはあなた一人
watashi-tachi?
しかいない。一体何を見ているんだ。
スノーホワイト？何を言っているのかわかりません。は
ピナが今もあなたの隣にいるのか。
い、さっきからずっといますよ。
Mm-hmm.
今までずっと一緒だったじゃありませんか。
To cope
Yo, chat, I need help. What does the suffix yo mean? You know, there's like mas, des, tabemasu. Watashi wa Jaspas des. What does yo mean?
with the loss of Pine, she's deluded herself into believing that she's still alive, that she's still with her. But regardless of what Snow White can say, even the plain truth of what happened, she doesn't believe that Pine is dead. So everyone decides that if this is Dorothy,
How is Snow still the goat even after a mind switch?
at least to help keep her together
Because
for the
she's
last
driven for
to the
excellence.
Ark. So they destroy the freight elevator and wait at the outpost for 3 weeks until the mission is over.
Example?
今までずっと一緒だったじゃありませんか。
ピナが今もあなたの隣にいるのか。
はい、さっきからずっといますよ。
That.
隣にいるのか。
はい、さっきからずっといますよ。
Zuto imas yo. What does that mean? Hey, what's up, Villagers Hope? What's up, Leviton? What is yo?
あなた、
Is yo like
名前は
informal?
そうですか。オスワルド、一つ
Yo is yo.
約
Shut
束
the
して
fuck up.
差し上げましょう。
Shut the fuck up, Tiny.
あなたを。それが無理なら、あなたの家族。
Just so you know, I feel close enough with Tiny to say
とも苦しい
行くよ
方法で殺す
Yeah, like 行くよ.
今すぐドアを開けなければ入り口を壊しますよ。そうすればあなたたちはおしまいです。
You won't do that. Mm-hmm.
いいえ、できます。
Dekimasen.
あなたたちは高貴な存在です。そうい
Expression.
う方たちなのです。皆さんは
Here I
通信を
go.
切ります。
Humanity through the
Ikimasu.
treating their story and sacrifice as future propaganda to make Nikke's out to be nothing more than self-sacrificing weapons that will give everything to save humanity. The story they've spun is that the Goddess Squad chose to stay on the surface, not that humanity closed its doors on them and let them die or get corrupted on the surface against the
Limbus
Raptures.
mentioned.
And after some time, the squad decides to leave the outpost and not attract more Raptures to
Just
it
so you
to
know,
prevent
I'm running Limbus in the background right now.
the idea of protecting their betrayers, lashes out at the group, which makes Snow White try to help her.
私も
I don't have an answer right now. I'm just gonna say it's an expression. Is it like acting cute? Is it like when somebody wants to act cute, then they add yo to the no?
悔
Okay.
しい腹が立つしかし
Hadaraka. What was the word?
悔しい腹が立つ
Harata gatsu. Harata is your abdomen, right? Your abs. Harata gatsu. What's gatsu? My stomach feels hard. Damn.
しかし
More like feelings. Harata gatsu.
私たちはゴッテスだ勝利の女神人類の希望ゴッテ
Man, this song is so evil.
ス私たちは最後までゴッテスでいなければその誇りを胸に植え付けてくれたのは
Wait, okay. So hara is tummy. Harata is feelings. Is that correct?
絶対に消えないよう奮い立たせてくれたのはドロシーあなただ
Hara ga
あなた
tatsu.
が教えてくれたんだ
Yeah, your tummy ga tatsu. Hara ga tatsu. Hara is tummy, no? Or is it emotions? Is it a sound, a word that has double meaning? Or is it maybe like a man? It's so Japanese is so difficult to learn contextually. Hara ga tatsu.
ドロシー私たちは勝利の女神か答える
Kotaeru.
私たちは勝利の女神か
Hi.
私たちは人類の希望かはい私たちは
Oh wow, Dorothy's voice is still so firm in the Japanese version, huh?
ゴッテスか
Until she breaks.
ドロシーそうですはいその通りです私たちは勝利の女神
Mm,
人類の希望ゴッテスです
Her words reminded Dorothy of what she said as the new leader of the Goddess Squad, but most importantly, it helped remind her of what Pine viewed them as, hope. So even though they were betrayed, even though she has every right to strike back at humanity, what they represent is why their sacrifices weren't worthless. What they did is why.
what if I create a new account that has Japanese subtitles? The whole game is in Japanese with Japanese audio, and then I learn the words that way. Ah, and then I learn I use the English subtitles as the reference. Oh,
It's not worthless. If all
do it, bro. Do I look like a smart man to you? Hell nah.
humanity is going to betray them,
I'm a dum dum. Speak American. Use your American words. Yeah.
have each other as support. At least she still has Pine as support. Renewed, the group goes their separate ways, with the goal of killing the Queen of the Raptures. They plan to search where they can on their own, and after a month, meet up to talk about what they found. Everyone goes their own way, but Dorothy returns to the outpost because it seems like Pine didn't follow them out. Going back to it, the delusion of Pine convinces her to stay there with her. It's their paradise. They spend some time there, enjoying each other's company and finding some happiness.
Yo. I want you to know this. Okay? I want you to know this. Haragatatsu. Okay? Hara, the literal translation is my stomach. Bro, look. Hey yo. This guy speaks Japanese, okay? Tatsu. Haragatatsu. This guy speaks Japanese. I know that hara is your stomach. Standing is tatsu. My stomach is so angry that it stands. Okay, I'll Sanguchi if it bothers you. Okay. Okay. Here you go. Tons of hair. Man, this man has so much hair. General anger. Haragatatsu can be used to describe anything from mild irritation to full-blown rage. Intense emphasis. For extra dramatic flair, people often say haraga cho haratatsu. Oh, cho is super. Hara gatsu. Wow. You guys cho haragatsu. Super haragatsu.
And at Lilith's grave, Dorothy says she doesn't miss her, because in her life she accomplished all she set out to do, and only after did she depart. So she has no regrets about her passing, nor does she miss her.
この棺は皆さんの手作りですか？はい。グレンが滑らかな石を切ったのです。ピナの棺も作ってほしい。
Kawaii do it and it'll be cute. Cho haragatsu.
あれ？
Oh no. This song every single time.
そうだったのね。
It hurts.
ありがとう、ピナ。
Pina.
私がくじけないように。ずっとそばにいてくれたのですね。ありがとうございます。絶対に忘れません。さようなら。
Only until the delusion of Pine was able to make sure Dorothy was fine did she leave. It was a manifestation of how Pine was to Dorothy, which is why she only left when Dorothy was at a point where she could seemingly deal with her passing. Because it's what Pine would have done. Because Pine would have made sure Dorothy was at that point before she ever left her. But she...
Oh, Levitalin, you're not a Nikke player? I thought you were a Nikke player the entire time. I was so sure that if you were a pure Limbus player, you would not be in the stream and you would be like, you know, fucked off and said like, this guy's not playing Limbus, right? Which, to be fair, I am playing Limbus right now. I finally finished my stamina. And we have 1480 lunacy. Oh, yo, huh? You were interested in the streamer? Hey, bro. Alright, before we continue the video essay and listening to it, can we get Heathcliff? Percentage chance for a 3-star is 2.9%. We've missed the 2.9%. Sorry, ADHD stream. I know, okay? But 2.9% is pretty high. And of the 2.9%, of the 2.9%, 1.45% is target characters. Alright, so we're gonna Gamba right now. Here we go. 3 stars please. Alright, here we go. Ho! It's yellow. It's yellow. That's trees, but there's a 3%. Let's go. Two. This guy fucks. Okay, let's go. Alright, here we go.
워프 열차라는 거 생각보다 좁던데요?
Okay.
금일린 법인은 여기까지 받겠습니다. 자세한
Oh, is that Heathcliff? Who's this? What the hell is this? That's not the target banner. Season 5 Mersault. That's not what we're looking for. Alright. We failed the 50-51, but second one? Huh? The second one was also off banner. This one is the second one. What the fuck is this? I didn't need this. Buy yourself, sir. Buy yourself. I thought I got super luck. I thought it was like, oh man.
Might not have been, because for the next 13 days, Dorothy was mentally unable to leave the paradise she lived with Pine in, until the memory of her drives her to go forward. But she's lost. She has no purpose in her life anymore. She wanted to find paradise for herself, but humanity ripped it away from her, and Pine's passing destroyed her second chance at it. She has nothing, until she stops at a sign saying humanity's last paradise. The Ark welcomes you.
What language is the song?
ごめんなさい皆さん私はダメみたいです奪ってやる私たちが作り出したその楽園
Doro cringe mode? I'll tell you the truth. I miss this Doro. This is the Doro I've wanted in the story the whole time. But she never got the chance to do the thing that everybody doesn't want her to do. She only did some sad backdoor shit. Oh guys, I'm making a live stream within the Ark. It's completely innocent. Don't worry about it. Shut the fuck up, Dorothy. Everyone can see through it. I wanted Hellfire Dorothy. Okay? I wanted the Dorothy that brings the evils of the world, the truth of the world, the raptures into the Ark and obliterates everything. But she's too good. She loves humanity too much. She's just an upset girlfriend that wants your attention. So sad.
奪ってやるあれは本当は私たちのものだったの
Didn't she bring Dragon Mommy to the Ark? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure she was not the reason why Nihilista was in the Ark. So sad. So sad.
Years later, she's never met with the other pilgrims of the Goddess Squad until Snow White
Years
finally
later, she didn't do shit to the Ark. So sad. So angry.
finds her and asks why she's looking for any information she can of the Ark to strike back at it. It's because she wants them begging for forgiveness because of what they stole from her. Snow White tries to talk her out of it, but the
What? You want a Bidolph Biddler? Damn. A Didolph Diddler? That sounds like Didi. Damn.
words she used in the past to help her cope didn't matter. It only helped because Pine was there to hold her together, but years later, with the delusion of Pine gone and nothing to spend her life working towards, she's changed and has no plans of stopping. Now, when it comes to why I really love this story, I'm not gonna lie, a big part of it is it kind of reminds me of Angela's plotline from LobCorp. Like, I mean, hey, fucking sue me, right? But like, it's kind of there. Like, you can't say I'm fully wrong, you know? But jokes aside, I do like the story as, yeah, of course the writing is top notch. It helps dispel the idea that's constantly thrown around that Nikkes are just unfeeling weapons. The main story does that too with seeing your squad display emotions, but this one takes it a step further when you see that betrayal completely change them. If the game throws around the idea that these are weapons of war that, even though they have human emotions, they are still loyal to humanity, seeing one of them crack and go against, essentially how they are hardwired, is a great way to show the propaganda being a lie. Then, of course, regardless of whatever Dorothy can do, the story still reminds the player that in the arc, all these years later, the God Squad is still being lied about and Nikkes are still treated like shit. It shows how the world is rather than just going like, Nikkes are hated, but you the player are different, yippee, that I've seen stories like this fall into. And this story helps show—
Are we gonna watch the summer live stream together? Of course we are, bro. And you know when we're doing that? In about 15 hours. Let me just answer. Let me just check. I'll say a previous thought on my game preference. I don't play Nikke, I just watch it for fun. That's fantastic. Summer Nikke live stream. Hey yo, get excited! Big summer update. What? Freebies, collab, buffs, and surprises. Okay. So Go Gacha covers leaks, or at least he used to cover leaks. So I'm gonna just
here's what we got to be signing these Germans.
tell YouTube that I don't want to see his content. Okay, I don't know how to block somebody on this. Yeah, click this. We click that. 283 people are watching, are waiting. Live in 15 hours. Yep, in 15 hours we'll be able to see it. Hi, I'm a Nikke streamer. Hardship. Okay. Spam ad. Okay, we get out of there before people score us.
another reason why the player base says Nikke is misunderstood, because Nikke is, yeah, undeniably a Gooner game, but the thing is,
I've installed an app on my browser to block all of his content from my search. I cannot stand that guy, I really hate him. Why? Is it because he's boring? Is it because he covers leaks? Is it because Pork collab, if that actually happens? I don't know what that is. Don't spoil me, please. I don't want to know.
when it comes to games in that genre,
I don't wanna.
a lot of people think that the characters in it aren't treated as characters, but instead just a walking, talking, I love you machine. That's the public perception, and for good reason, because a lot of games like that, that's all the characters really are. They just exist to love the self-insert. They don't have character beyond that. And in cases where they don't love the self-insert or are not like devoted to them, people have gotten genuinely mad as fuck. There's been enough cases to where I was able to make a video about
I report to ... to the CEO of Shift Up. Damn. I've gone on a rant on Discord about how Gogo is... about Gogo as to why I hate him, but the short version is this. I miss Isabel. Mr. Thunder.
it and stuff related to it. Why the fuck is that video still my most watched one? But I wouldn't be surprised if people hear Nikke has a great story and just think the Pete story is a AAA version of a self-insert fanfic you can read on AO3. But Overzone shows that the story is confident to write characters devoid of how they are in respects to the player character, because the events of it don't include them. And it's not afraid to show the characters in the story actually having fangs and hate towards humanity, instead of just watering them down to, ooh, cute waifu who loves you. It has characters with actual character that are well written, which sounds fucking stupid when I phrase it like that, but I think what I'm saying makes sense. So from what I've seen of the story, it does go against what a lot of people would think it's like due to the game. Now, that's the important point I wanted to see when it came to if Nikke was misunderstood.
He makes content about anything. Hey everyone, the devs were caught eating green salad. Is it a confirmation that we're getting green salad? Yeah, he speculates too much and he talks on leaks and blah 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 blah.
Talking about gameplay and stuff doesn't really matter for that point, but I got some shit to talk after playing the game for a while. Now, the gameplay isn't bad by any means. It's basically a shooting gallery where you pop out your burst skills, do the different ultimates like damage buffs, whatever, but that's pretty much it. So when you got your team now down and what bursts you want to pop mapped out, there ain't really much else for the gameplay aside from just aiming at the enemy and the circles you gotta pop now and then against bosses, which like, it isn't watered down like an auto battler, but it ain't as insane as Arknights or Wuwa or gachas that can have their gameplay as the main selling point. It's not.
I miss Arknights. I miss a certain part of Arknights. The part where it goes like difficult but doable, and then you do it and then you feel like a genius for doing it. I love that part. Gogo is goated. He posts the news faster than the devs. No substance, just push video after video after video. He doesn't care. And he has his nose out the cheeks of leakers and whatever just to push out content first. Arknights is crazy with the upcoming collabs. Oh. If you want, you can make a comeback. I don't have enough time. I'm starting a new business. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna talk about real life work with you guys. But I'm starting a new business and I don't really have the time to play another new game. So Villagers Hope used to wail on Arknight. Hell yeah.
But it's not an overwhelming positive. Like overall, I'm just kind of neutral when it comes to how I feel about the gameplay. The part I dislike is the grind.
What are you talking about? I love Nikke's gameplay. I don't understand when people play Nikke just for the story and then they hate the gameplay, right? Like, if that's the case, why do you play Nikke? If you're only here for the story, then Kono Sekai de Yorumasho. I don't know what that means. This world, there is Go. Gogo is a parasite that perpetuates the speculative crap that comes from gacha skin, and he pushes himself so can be first on everything. True. Then my account got wiped out on their new user agreement. Too much hentai. I knew it. Villagers Hope. Too much hentai. I don't know what happened. Why do you? What's the new user agreement?
The main story stages require you to have very high power levels for your units.
Alright, Sanguchi.
The problem is, clearing these stages underleveled is hard as hell because the game puts an arbitrary penalty on you if your power.
Bro, I was thinking about this, right? If Nikke doesn't do the arbitrary penalties, or rather the deficit penalties, what happens if they want to do the exact same thing they're doing right now, just without the deficit penalty? Well, your combat power needs to go up faster, so that it makes it impossible for you to do something you're significantly behind, right? And because of that, the numbers are going to inflate like crazy. Fun fact about my country, don't expect certain game contents that we all know, but somehow they're making one loot game localized Lamau. Which country is this? And are we talking about R34 content? Hypergraph account must link on ID, like your ID. Like if you're from Singapore, a Singapore ID. If you're from Malaysia, a Malaysia ID. That's crazy. Oh, Zeoxys. Alright.
Level is below recommended. So if you are at a 5% deficit, you deal 25% less damage and take 25% more damage. If you are at a 25% deficit, that goes up to 50.
Why is Tiny asking Sanguchi what he thinks about Zeoxys? Ayo.
52%.
You know what? Later, let's check what Jaspas posted today.
My brother in Christ. Why? The story is the best part of the game, but the main story, something people need to be invested in due to that being the thing that'll get constant updates and be built upon throughout the years, is some of the hardest content in the game. Thankfully, clearing events is easy, so there's no worries there at all, but you have to grind your balls off to be able to clear the main story. Thankfully, the game gives you level 200 units to use for
AK community told me I didn't read. Damn. Have I watched JK? Nope. I have not had time to go and watch anime. I'm so sorry.
free. You can use each of them 3 times a day.
It is
but
what it
this
is.
is a little band-aid to a bigger worry, the 160 wall. You see, SSR Nikkes have their level cap at 160, but if you get 3 dupes of them, then you can increase.
Jaspas know how to make teams and build teams. It's like you telling me drinking car oil is a useful way of getting essential vitamin growth. Maybe cholesterol. Jaspas is my story Nikke guy. I love his voice acting. Mine? Hey yo! Welcome to the Tetra Company! Hey yo! What the hell? I don't remember my voice acting being good, but I do my best. I do my best.
The level cap of that Nikke to 200. You then need to get 5 Nikkes to level 200 to unlock something called Advanced Synchro, a system where you put resources into it to level it, and every level gives a level to all the Nikkes you have. So when you get walled in the story, the way you got to level up is to gacha for dupes, hit that 200 wall, then grind your ass off again for
W voice acting. No, please don't give me your hardwood.
Resources to
Hey yo, I'm slinging wood over here.
level it. But it requires 10,000 core dust for 1 level. To put it into perspective, a passive generator of resources is the outpost. At higher levels you generate more resources, but to level it you need to clear story stages.
French accent. Mustang is French, right? Machete. Entertainment. Machete. Please walk your pretty ass over here. I want to see your pretty ass as it bounds up and down and you shoot bullet. Oh, the way it jiggle make me happy. Nope, that's not French. Never mind.
At my current level, I get 50 core dust an hour. I need 10,000 for 1 level. There's other ways to get core dust, it's not just the outpost, but that puts into perspective just how much grind is needed. And all of this is to clear the main story, to get to the best part of the game. Why? Like, I'm not against the grind in a sense, because I do like seeing the way my team gets stronger bit by bit, but when it walls to new players the part of the game that everyone loves, it just seems like a baffling decision. Like, it's gonna take you months to catch up to the main story, and if you play the game on and off, the main story's power level is gonna leave you in the dust. And with more chapters being added, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets to the point where it's gonna take a year or more for new players to catch up to the main story. I don't know why this is a thing. It makes players go like, Nikke's story is great, watch it on YouTube. Like, what? Why not just do what Arknights in Reverse 1999 do and just make an easy mode for the main story? If you don't want that to be a cheap way to level your outpost, just make clearing those stages not give you outpost level. It honestly makes no sense to me. Though, rant about the grind aside, to the point of the video, yeah, I see why people say Nikke is misunderstood. They don't mean it in a way of saying it's not a gooner game. It is. Everyone knows that fact. It's like saying the fucking sky is blue. But they mean to say that unlike a lot of other games similar to it, it actually gives a fuck. It has an interesting world, good characters, and a good story. It doesn't treat its characters as a means to fawn over the self-insert, and the self-insert actually acts like a decent fucking person within the story. It's a breath of fresh air, to be honest. Now, if you don't like hypersexualized games, yeah, getting into it's gonna be hard. For me, I don't give a fuck in general, but even then, in the story, I'm focused on reading, and in the gameplay, I'm focused on shooting. The character designs don't even register for me half the time, not gonna lie.
Yep.
But overall, I can say that these stories...
Look, Nikke players, right, are specialists. Okay? They know how to okay. Nikke players are specialists. When they want to goon, right, they're looking at the characters and thinking about the gooningness. When they want to empathize, right, they watch the story event and they empathize. When they wanna when they wanna raid, then they're calculating numbers like monsters, like beasts going 10% damage up. Nikke players are geniuses.
Characters are really good. I'd say that if it can keep the highs of Overzone, it's up there with some of the better stories I've read in gachas. And from what I've heard of some spoilers, it looks like it could keep that pace. But playing it is a hard recommendation because the grind can definitely be a turn away for a lot of people, and then there's worries that the game is currently just spamming out banners and collabs over and over, so saving is getting hard. Honestly, the playing part of the game is looking like a big thing that stopped a lot of players. To where I do see why I've heard Nikke players say, great game, watch the story on YouTube. And I gotta say, if you can't stomach the grind, that's pretty solid advice.
I actually kind of agree that you can just watch the story on YouTube because Nikke doesn't have choices in the story. Like, there's certain times, yes, the story forks, right? And then it forks, and then like 1 minute later, it's back again. And it's like, oh, okay, I guess. Okay, I guess. Okay, the Psyche video I've seen, we've watched this together. A writer's take on why Nikke story is so confusing. Sure, it's only 10 minutes long. Sure, let's check that out.
Nikke has one of the better written stories in the gacha space. The characters are strong, the world building is interesting, and when the game wants to hit you emotionally, it succeeds. There are moments in the game that are genuinely powerful, scenes that linger, stories that stick with you. But despite all that, I keep running into the same problem. I'm confused. Not confused because the story is complicated, not confused because it's badly written, but confused because the way the story is told feels unnecessarily fragmented. And that distinction matters, because
You're in Aizen's Discord? Okay. I think Aizen's videos are very fun. He's not a number cruncher like Sky. He's not he's a memer. There we go. He memes and he makes jokes and then he doesn't take too seriously and then he moves on. I like Aizen's content. Membership too? Hey bro. What? I was gonna say where's your membership, but then I realized you do have a member. Okay, fine. Fine. Hey yo, what you doing here? It's Mustang Entertainment. You come here, da.
this isn't a video about bad writing. It's about storytelling structure. It's about how a story can be good on paper, but loses its impact when it's broken into too many pieces, spread across too many formats, and delivered over too much time.
Did I watch this? I have not watched this. It sounds like he has critiques for the storytelling of Nikke. Let's hear him out.
The moment that really made this impossible for me to ignore was the current event story, a continuation of the Goddess Squad storyline. A storyline that goes back 100 years, a storyline that's been told in fragments for a long time now. When I started playing it, I realized something uncomfortable. It took me a while just to remember where we even left off, and even after I did, the emotional weight just wasn't there anymore. Not because the story failed, but because the time gaps and fragmentation had drained the emotion out of it. And that's when it clicked for me. This isn't about one event, it's about one storyline. It's about how Nikke tries to tell its story from so many angles, in so many pieces, that along the way, a lot of its flavor gets lost. So today, I want to talk about that. Not to say Nikke's story is bad, but to explain why its storytelling feels more convoluted than it needs to be. This is the most important distinction I want to make in this video. And if this doesn't land, nothing else I say will. Writing quality and storytelling structure are not the same thing. You can have great dialogue, strong characters, and powerful scenes, and still tell the story in a way that weakens its impact. And that's exactly where Nikke is right now. Nikke's writing is often very good. The emotions are there, the ideas are there, the world building is there. But the storytelling, the delivery is messy. It's the way
He's critiquing the non-linear thought. He's critiquing the non-linear storytelling, and that's his main problem with it. To be fair, I can see why some people don't like the non-linear storytelling, but at the same time, it's not that bad. He makes it sound so serious, but no, it's not that bad.
information is spread out, the way emotional beats are delayed, the way plot threads disappear for months and then suddenly resurface. It's not that the story is hard to understand, it's that it's
Yo, Mary, what the fuck?
and then suddenly resurface. It's not that the story is
Holy fuck. Mary, oh man.
hard to understand. It's
This
that
is
it's
problem?
hard to hold onto. When a story is delivered in too many pieces, across too many formats, over too much time, even good writing starts to lose its
Yo,
power.
whoa. What just happened? Compensation for recent combat related issues. Let me collect this. I'll collect that. Huh? Sincerely apologize for the inconvenience caused during our handling of recent combat related issues. Once again, we offer our heartfelt apologies to all commanders. The development team is working on improvements to provide a more stable gaming environment. You can find details in dev notes. I've read that. We will continue to do our utmost to provide better responses and a more stable gameplay experience through ongoing improvements of our service. 5 rocks, 10 skill manuals, 10 burst manuals, 1 24-hour growth set, and 200 gear. Wow. You got 28 rocks for summer now? I have 25 rocks for summer now. Okay, cool. Surprised to see that. Okay.
And that's where the confusion comes from. Not confusion about what's happening, but confusion about what you're supposed to care about. Because when everything is important, nothing feels central. And that's what leads into the real issue.
You know what this video feels like? It feels like ChatGPT. Does it get better?
Nikke doesn't just have one story problem.
It doesn't just have one story problem. It has multiple story. It's not just this. It's that and that and that.
It has a focus problem. And this focus problem comes from how Nikke chooses to tell its story. Nikke doesn't just tell a main story.
It doesn't just do this.
It tells many stories at
It does that.
once. There's a campaign, the core narrative. Then there are monthly event stories, historical flashbacks, character-focused arcs, thematic side stories that explore the world from completely different angles. And I want to be clear again, none of these are bad on their own. In isolation, a lot of these stories are genuinely good. Some are emotional, some are tragic, some add depth to the world and its characters. But storytelling isn't just about whatever individual pieces are good. It's about how those pieces relate to each other. And when you put all of this together, a problem starts to form. The story loses its center of gravity. You're constantly switching perspective, constantly switching tone, constantly switching what the story wants you to care about right now. One moment you're
A writer's
dealing with
tale.
the world-ending stakes, the next you're in a small personal self-contained tragedy. Then you jump 100 years into the past, then back to the present, then somewhere else entirely. And that constant shifting makes it harder for the main.
This isn't a story is bad take. I genuinely think Nikke has strong writing. My issue is how the story is delivered over time and how fragmented it becomes. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. Do the side stories and event structures work for you, or do you just find the main plot loses momentum because of time? To be fair, there are a lot of players who don't fuck with the Four Beast arc, and they hate Leviathan, blah 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 blah. But is that an N dash? It looks like it, yeah. I think this is more of a problem in Nikke. It's like the third or fourth gacha game you play. I don't like Levi love her sisters. I think he doesn't know most of the normal events are not canon. Tiny, you are wrong. Every single story, every single piece of media within the game is canon. Every single live stream event is canon other than the parts that shows. Check timeline in game, they are not there. No, they just haven't been listed there. They haven't been listed there. But majority of that, it's all canon. Cope? Bro. The storyline is about how you fuck Rosanna, and then you fuck Helm, and then you fuck Yuha, and then you they are all canon. I refuse. No. Summer Mary. Wait, did we have sex with Summer Mary? It's all canon to me. It's all canon to me. Even the live streams are canon.
Narrative stay vivid, not because the story.
We did not get graped by Maxwell. Nah, it wasn't grape. In my heart, I was saying yes, I consent. All canon. Maxwell pegging us is canon. I'm pretty sure they didn't say pegging. You know what? Even if they did say that she pegged us, I'll take it. I'll take it in the ass. I'll be like, yes, please put your long weapon in my ass.
Because it never gets enough uninterrupted space to settle.
Canon.
And once that happens, something else starts to break down. Memory. This is where the real damage happens. When
I will feel your firepower in ass.
a story is fragmented across months or even years, players don't remember details. They remember vibes. You remember that something sad happened. You remember that someone suffered. You remember that it was tragic or heavy or important. But you don't remember why. You don't remember how it.
Can I just point out something? You know this piece of cloth, or this piece of outfit that goes up here, and then it circles down around this mole here. Every single time I see this, right, I think, oh my god, there's a nipple on screen. I'm gonna get banned. And then I realize, no, it's not.
Happened. And more importantly, you don't remember what it changed. And that matters, because stories live and die on continuity. When the next part of the story finally arrives, you don't feel tension. You don't feel anticipation.
Okay, this is ChatGPT. Forget it. Let's move on. I can't block it on. There has to be a way to block things on mobile, on desktop. They can do it on mobile. Surely they can do it on desktop. Why I play Nikke all the time?
Do you all play this game for the story, or do you like the gameplay and the characters? I know some people play for different reasons. I'm usually a story person. Listen, I don't play games just for the hot girls, okay? If that was the truth, I'd be playing Snowbreak right now.
Brown Dust too. That's where you go for just pure hot girls.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying. The Nikke story is very good, okay? Do you all play this game for the story, or do you like the gameplay and the characters? I know some people play for different reasons. I'm usually a story person. Listen, I don't play games.
Okay, sure. You gotta see this. What is this? You can't post links here, so post it on the Discord and I'll check it out if it's if I'm curious enough. How a fan meme became bigger than a game. Nikke damage logic revealed. Sure. Starting to see why she's so pop. Oh my gosh, this drama is so. Go Gacha got 10k views talking about that. What the fuck? Okay. He has some valid points. Sure, he has some valid points. I agree. The fact that everything is disjointed does make some of us feel like, oh, I wonder when they're going to talk about the rest of the event, the rest of what happened 100 years ago. I'm looking forward to it, right? But at the same time, it's also Go Guna, easy 20k views. Usually channel titles don't affect the views. But the problem is he takes so long to get from point to point. It makes me unhappy. Okay. 20 biggest mysteries in Nikke lore. How strong is Rappi? Sure, let's see how strong is Rappi. Is it an Aizen video?
A lot of
Takena Shin. Never seen his videos before. Let's check it out.
glazing for Rappy, so keep that in mind. And there's also the spoilers from chapter 46. So yeah, spoiler warning. Hey guys, Takena Shin here. And in this video, we will be talking about one of my favorite
Okay, we're gonna listen to this video at 2 times speed.
topics in the game, which of course is Rappy. Because a while ago, I made a video about the new abilities of any Neon God after receiving their overspec upgrades, which are
You like
really
non-linear
overpowered,
spells?
by the way, especially
Me
in
too.
story mode,
Non-linear
is crazy.
timelines.
Now,
Yep.
originally, I actually planned to include Rappy in that video and basically turn it into a video about the counters as a whole. However, I decided not to because, unlike Anis and Neon, we still don't know everything about overspec Rappy. In fact, discussing her abilities is actually going to involve a lot of speculations because we still don't know what her full potential is just yet. And there's actually a lot of things to talk about regarding this topic. I mean, just compare the length of this video to the one I made for Anis and Neon. It's more than double. So yeah, that's the reason why this had to be a separate video. And we're not even going to talk about every single possibility, just the ones that I personally like. So if I did that, then it just...
You wanna know how deep I talk about lore in my podcast? Yeah. The problem is if your podcast was in English, I'll be watching every single lore video on stream. Even if it has a Thai accent, I'll be like, yeah, let's watch it. Let's watch it. The new villagers hope, blah blah blah. Right? But the problem is, it's in Thai and I don't understand Thai. That's a problem. Look at Discord. I'm on Discord. Sun. Gravity. Neutron star. Gravity, gravity, gravity. Black hole. Gravity, 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 gravity. Ernest star. Wait, this is a... Ernest star's ability is a neutron star? A black hole? Logging out now. Why are you logging out now? What's this? Something is a red giant, a planetary nebula, a white dwarf. Oh, it's talking about the way a star dies, right? Something red super giant and then it becomes a supernova. Where's the black hole? You can red super giant can cool down into black hole too, right? Nayuta has a black hole, bro. Too much drinks. Have a good rest, Nudity World.
Did you know, actually, every once in a while, Korean directors will wake up and start...
Nope.
So you started your
Nope.
journey in Nikke.
Nope. Control Z. Okay, go back. Bro, it ain't that deep. I guess you're not into the lore as much as you think you are.
This video contains a lot because, according to Ingrid, Rappy's new body is equipped with an equilibrium system designed for high mobility combat, comprehensive durability, and other physical enhancements. And having an entire system dedicated for high mobility combat pretty much explains how Rappy is able to fight and maneuver the way she does using 7 Dwarf Zero. I mean, we saw that she's able to defeat...
Can I just say, before we continue this video, I like that there are lore writers for Nikke. I like that there are people who crunch numbers for Nikke. But I am so happy that Jaspas likes my voice acting. That makes me so happy. We all know what we have to do. Any Nikke that has been corrupted has to be put down by the commander.
Is in the air and even gave Ziz PTSD. Now, as for her physical enhancements, I think that a good example of this is her rematch against Behemoth in Chapter 41. Because, if you remember, back in Chapter 31,
You want your money back for that voice? No. Jaspas paid for that voice.
Behemoth was able to easily overpower Rappy using her pincers, and that was against Red Hook Rappy, who only lasted a few seconds before she got overpowered by Behemoth. However, when they fought again in Chapter 41, Rappy didn't just last longer, but she was even able to force open Behemoth's pincers with just her raw physical strength. And even when Behemoth started putting more force on her pincers, Rappy was still able to keep them open. Now, of course, Rappy still needed help from the Lost in order to free herself from Behemoth's grasp, but the fact that the two of them were locked in a stalemate suggests that Rappy is at least close to, if not equal to Behemoth in terms of strength. So, yeah.
Well, you can hear 2 times, right? Surely you can hear. Just pay attention, bro.
Rappy is able to hold her ground against Ziz and Behemoth on the things that they specialize in. So I think it's safe to say that at her base, Overspec Rappy is already a heretic level Nikke.
Sure. In my mind, right, Rappy Red Hood is like the second coming of Jesus. Oh, it's too fast? Alright, sorry.
Now, another thing that we need to talk about Rappy's new body is that we still don't have an official confirmation of what it's made of.
Let me get back to discussing Rappy's body. In terms of hard specs, it's the epitome of Elysian's tactical technology. However, we've been unable to identify precisely what it's made out of. None whatsoever. Although it was built according to our blueprints, the material remains a complete mystery to us. What's certain is that it's not something the Ark is ready for. The very notion of transformation defies all common sense. However, seemingly preposterous events often have preposterous causes. Finding out those causes will be our next goal.
Commander, this means... Our leading hypothesis for the dark matter is that it's some kind of liquid metal. And
I find Rappy's new personality irritating. What, the flirty Rappy? Oh, interesting. Alright, we'll go 1.5.
A pillar is capable of constructing foundational materials for an imitation arc. Either of them would be worthy materials for crafting something new.
Now, personally, I think that A Pillar and maybe Splendamin as well are really just dark matter that the deep modified. Though I am too...
The bad jokes. I'll tell you the truth, the bad jokes is what makes me like Rappy more. The down bad part, I don't like that part. The bad jokes part of Rappy Red Hood, I like a lot. She tries to banter like Neon and Nis by false flag. Okay. To each their own. At least we know that if I find a girlfriend, Panther is gonna be like, nope, that's not for me. That's Jaspas's girlfriend. I'm not interested at all.
Easy to explain my reasoning behind this right now, and mainly because it doesn't really matter. Because as we all know, Rappy went through the same process of evolution that Behemoth and Leviathan went through. And as Leviathan already explained in Chapter 37, this process requires Vaphouse and dark matter. So I think that it's safe to say that Rappy's new body is most likely made of dark matter. Which means that not only are her current specs on the same level as Heretics, but her new body is even made of nanomachines, which of course makes Rappy seem more like a heretic.
Yo, let's see that Booba jiggle one more time. Sorry.
Which of course makes Rappy
God damn.
like a heretic,
Forward, backward waves.
And keep this in mind as we move on to the second part of her overspec upgrade, which is her expansive armament. Yes, that's right. Just like Anise and Dorothy, Rappy has her own expansive armament. Because according to Ingrid, Rappy's ability to transform into Red Hood, which I'm assuming is the regular Red Hood mode and not the secret body, has been reconfigured into an expansive armament.
It's also reconfigured your ability to transform into Red Hood, and made it an expansive armament that can be toggled on and off at will.
However, there is one problem. Because
Okay, let me see what Villagers Hope sent. Shiteiru something something no 数字 no 规模一码 image は日本 and ni close to 1000 credito credits hodore. No idea what that means. Sorenari no tabe something o suru ni toga de kiru. You wanna know what this means? I have no idea. Something about the value of food, the value of stock is 1000 credits. And it's close to Japanese yen, I think. Oh my gosh. We shall answer her great question. Guess her great what? Gesture. Something holiness calls us her. Shall answer as we shall answer her great gesture. We shall change the world. And what? That's what deep is about? It's about answering somebody's and then changing the world? Interesting. Non-spear shield Hephaestus. I have no idea what that is. Interesting. That's what deep is about. Cool. Something spear. Little cannon. No idea who those are. Master hand. No idea who those are. Matisse absolute. Sure. Aegis. Over the horizon. Decoding encrypted electronic data equals deep. No, that's deed. Little cannon is Bellotta and Mika. What? Bellotta and Mika have a team? Aren't they just side characters that are not important? No way. What's this? ACPU. Extrinsic. AFF. Anime Festival. Friday. Oh. Blaze Out. Oh, Blaze Out is the one that just goes to destroy the virus from the Resident Evil story. Siege? Pearl Siege? Yeah, sure. Overseer? Exotic? Sure. Two Gun Gang? Okay. Protocol? Our books are written in Genshin Impact. Okay. Electric shock. Cooking oil. Interesting. I'll wait for the story to tell me. I have no idea what these are. You thought I actually looked at the entire book? Just because I looked at it doesn't mean I remember it. Oh.
Regular Red Hood mode and not the secret.
You don't understand. The way I look at the book, right, is the same way a 5-year-old looks at cartoon pictures. Wow, pretty colors. Wow, booba. Wow. Yep. Okay, anyways. Nymph is like training wheels for humanity to evolve into its next stage. Once you remove Nymph, Nikkes are just enhanced humans. Deep's goal was to replace humanity at some point. Oh. It's a picture book? Yeah, exactly, it's a picture book. How much you want me to read a picture book? Alright. What time is it now? 3 o'clock. Let's check this out. Sorry, this is completely unrelated, Nikke. But I have been thinking about this video for a long time and I'm curious about it.
Unhinged dating show concept known to mankind. And then, right, instead of leaving it as a fever dream, they will actually follow through and make it real. So now we have dosing and moso. What does that translate to, you may ask? Okay, everybody, gamble of the day. Will Google Translate be able to translate?
No.
Alright, it is not that. Dating, boarding school, divorce, and single. That's what it would be. But because it is so underground, it doesn't even have an English translation. So officially, it is still dosing and moso. In my books, that's how I know I've struck gold. Now, to put it simply, this show exists solely for the purpose of challenging the status quo. Because, hey, why not? Aren't you tired of skill-based matchmaking? Because frankly, I am. I prefer watching people communicate on the wrong wavelength. My other hobby includes stepping on Legos. How about we move...
I just want to tell you I dig so deep on Nikke lore. I believe you. When you told me you reread the story every single week, I was like, holy shit, this guy really loves the lore, huh? Divorced moms, yeah, this Korean dating program has aged me considerably is the title of this video.
Closer to the middle of the bell curve. We give everybody an equal voice. So in my opinion, Divorce and Single exists to give you that perspective. Because the show consists of 6 women in their mid-30s to 40s, all of whom have recently gone through a proper divorce. And just when they've mustered up the courage to finally step into the dating market, this program then puts them with 6 men who have been single since birth. That's actually what the term moso or mote solo here on this poster actually stands for, which literally just translates to single since conceived in the mother's womb. Hey, I mean, as far as being single comes, that is literally as far back as it goes. So what could possibly go wrong with a matchup like this, you may ask? Well, why don't we start off by introducing the men in the show, which is clearly why the people are watching. I don't know, I feel like maybe all these guys on this dating program are just head in the clouds type of people. Me, on the other hand, I don't think so. At least not when it comes to learning a new language. LingoPie has me covered a
fast forward
trip to Paris. So now you can
guys
really
check out LingoPie if you are interested, alright? If you want to learn new language, check out LingoPie. Use these guys' link.
You remember what you've learned. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you won't be head in the clouds anymore. So grab the 7-day free trial using my link for 55% off your first year. And forget about textbooks.
55% off, guys.
Now that's the name he decided to use during the introductions because he believes he is so inexperienced in the dating field, he is practically a rookie. So let's call him Rookie. So this man came with his little sister, who apparently decided it is time now for her big bro to finally step into the dating market for real and put himself out there. See, I don't know how badly sis wants him out the house, but apparently it is enough for her to sign him up to a reality show. Which is a big step for somebody who's never been on a date. Couldn't we have started on Tinder Gold? I heard that's big in Korea, actually. Or, you know, the local settings on Kakao Talk. I don't know. You really threw him in the deep end, sis. And oh my goodness, when this man first came through the door, dude, giggling the whole time. Shit, he cannot help himself at all. No, really, I am just genuinely happy for this guy. Because look how excited he is just to be here. If there's one thing Rookie knows, is that he's about to have a good time with the ladies. So Rookie describes himself as a little timid and doesn't really enjoy socializing with people, which is a valid take. And apparently he is so inexperienced, he only recently just learned what the word flirting truly meant, only because he started watching dating shows. And then he gave us a few examples of the shows that he is currently watching, and then he tells us he's been learning a few tricks just by watching these reality shows. Alright, so then the production team had him demonstrate his flirting technique on the spot to give us an example, and hey, that's where Rookie pulls out the forbidden riz.
너 많이 귀엽다?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It's fucked.
You know what? This is Rookie's world and Rookie's living in it. Well, why was he single all this time, huh? What was the crime? Too much of a cutie patootie? Look, to be fair, apart from the fact that Rookie is a little shy and awkward from time to time and probably not the best guy around when it comes to social settings, at least he mustered up the courage to actually come. And
yeah.
I would go as far to even say this man is genuinely one of the strongest contestants on this show right now.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
When you compare him to some of the other guys that are about to pull up, because contestant number 2 is a force to be reckoned
We gotta discover this was just a Sakuno angle. It's devious. Holy shit.
with. Okay, so the second guy to enter into the scene is George. Now, when George first stepped foot into the arena, we can already tell this man has an ungodly amount of confidence compared to Rookie. Because but both of these people were the first candidates to arrive on scene.
Okay.
So what we immediately get was a live demonstration of what it truly looks like when an introvert meets his worst nightmare in a social setting. An extrovert who can't hold himself back.
얘가 좀 어떻게 보였어요?
What? What? Just answer. I came on a car. I came on a bus. What?
좀 일찍 와서 일찍 왔어요. 많이 피곤하시겠죠? 네. 아침에 좀 식사 좀 하셨어요? 네. 네.
I feel like if there's one more conversation attempt.
Wow. Okay. He's really introverted. Wow.
Coming from George, Rookie is going to cry. But then the thing about George, right, is that he would do this, like he would go on to do this awkward meet and greet with literally everybody who walks in. And what's even funnier is you can
Bro is trying to become the alpha male of the group. Oh, I see.
Actually visibly see George fighting back the urge to do that.
뭐라고 말을 해야 될 것 같은데 무슨 말을? 거기 오시는데 얼마 걸리셨어요?
So, okay. So, Mr. George is the king of small talk, huh? Like, why? Why do you ask?
And then obviously he loses that battle every time. So then the result is every single person who walks in the door gets an awkward greetings and salutations from George. This man genuinely cannot help himself. But the best thing about George is that he also happens to be a bit of a history buff, which does mean from time to time he will slide in a complimentary history lesson whenever the conversation gives him a gap to do it. Like, there was this one scene later on where another contestant comes into the show and he reveals that the alias or the nickname he decided to use on the show is Falling Water. And the moment he finishes that sentence, dude, George slides it in.
유수라고 알겠습니다. 아니 낙하 유수가 실제로 10 때 김태련이라고 이제 고대 나올 정도로 굉장히 외모고시고요.
See, look at that. Bro is dangerously quick with it too. So you know he's been cooking it up at least mid-sentence. And then of course, when it's George's turn to introduce why he adopted the alias George, He mentions it's because he was so greatly inspired by the World War
King
II
George.
General George Patton and his
Oh.
outstanding commanding abilities on the Western Front, so he wishes to take home a decisive victory in the dating market just like George Patton did with Nazi Germany. And the
Oh. Okay.
thing is, this dude is so slick. He knows not to do the history thing when he's on a real date, but the moment it comes to a group setting, it is a group lecture. See, now some people may think this man might be a bit of a handful to deal with, but according to George himself, this is actually him toning it down for the cameras, which means it is entirely possible what we are seeing over here could be George at 1% of his power level. But see, now that the gymnasium is filled with two polar opposite personalities, the show then feeds us another introvert, who, much like Rookie, also doesn't seem to have too much confidence in himself, because the way he puts it, the reason why he's been single all this time is because during his schooling life, he went to an all-boys secondary college. And then when he finished that, he went straight to a STEM subject during university. So obviously he wasn't getting any action during his time as an undergraduate. And then right after he finished his degree, he had to do his mandatory service in the Korean army, which once again means it's an all-boys environment. And then after leaving the army, he gets a job as a researcher in the academic field he studied in, which means it's back to square one. So basically, to sum that all up, in conclusion, bro went 0 for 4, as his whole story is literally just a chain of unavoidable quick time events, one after another with no breaks in the process.
So basically the context around his life is always guys lah. Okay. This one I cannot what's the word for it? I can't blame someone if they're surrounded by guys all the time.
Fucking hell. And then judging from the initial reaction we see from the three candidates so far, you can also kind of tell that this man is stretched quite far out of his comfort zone.
안녕하세요. 안녕하십니까. 뭐야. 어이구.
But I really do think all of that is fine until you come across this scene where a female candidate walks in and, I don't know, maybe he...
Yo, Sanguchi, your girlfriend's here.
She wasn't really his type visually speaking, as he did mention that he prefers a woman who dresses well and wears a skirt. So my guess is that he's more into the cutesy type. So then he says out loud, pass.
길 가지.
아는 것?
잠깐만, 저거 육성으로 지금 저걸 했다고?
In fact, this scene was so infamous that Korean netizens started referring to him as the pass man, because this dude just uttered out the words pass like he's an anime protagonist. So yeah, when you combine all that, I guess it's not exactly strange that the pass man is still single up until this point. Okay, so right about now we have Rookie, George, and the pass man in the field, which is all in all an interesting selection of people already as far as dating programs get. But then male candidate number 4 and 5 are also pretty unique in their own ways as well. For example, candidate number 4, Falling Water, is a former Special Forces officer who is proficient in various degrees of martial arts. You know, I'm not saying this...
Wait, surely if you're ex-military forces, you can survive a conversation, right? Surely, right?
Just trying to glaze him. He literally told us that his most distinctive feature is his martial arts skills.
선생님이나 뭔가
저의 가장 좀 특색 있는 부분은 무술 분야입니다.
Which could be an attractive trait, knowing how to fight. I
Yeah.
know that's popular, but
Sure.
I do want to ask a question. Okay, does he only fight at night like Batman? I mean, look at these eye bags. How long has it been since he last slept? No, I'm just kidding. That's actually a pretty cool background. But hey, maybe we should slide one of these into his trench coat just to make sure he ain't one of those day walkers. Okay, apart from the fact that this guy might be a vampire, he's actually also one of the strongest contestants, believe it or not. Of course, that's when you compare
I think he's doing
candidate
fine.
number 5, Rainfrog, that appears right after. So Rainfrog is the name contestant number 5 gave to himself because he says rainfrogs are known for their remarkable vitality, and they're also an endangered species, which makes them relatively rare and precious. And where he's going with all that is basically he's also slowly becoming an endangered species in the modern dating market, yet he does always find the vitality to keep going, which, you know what? Great mentality. Rainfrog is a glass half full person, which is always welcome in the dating market. But the thing is,
Not
Rainfrog
bad.
might be a little too careful about the whole extinction thing. Like, when this man first appeared, it seems like it was genuinely a mission just for him to muster up the courage to get out of the car.
왜 안 내리세요?
문이 안 열리나?
아 누가 열었어? 누굴 기다리는 거 아니야? 지금 지금 너무 지금 긴장하셔가지고 차에서 못 내리시는 것 같은데.
Yeah, you know, every step is calculated from here onwards, just manual breathing all the way, fearing for his life. Another thing about Rainfrog,
I mean, that's not that bad, right? Because other people don't see you. You take a moment to calm down. You take a moment to steel yourself for the awkward situation that is coming up. Sure. You know, right now, I think number 4, the ex-military guy, and number 5, sit on the car guy, they are the winning people for me.
now that I've realized, is that no matter what scene he is in, this guy is somehow always carrying the energy of somebody who is trying to sneak past the airport security line at the customs, as if he has a bag or something he shouldn't be bringing into the country. What has he been through? But as awkward as he may be as well, turns out Rainfrog is actually the only guy in this entire roster who've actually been in a relationship before. See, how about that? Which technically means this guy's not even a multi-solo, until you find out the relationship he had only went on for less than 2 weeks, and the only reason they broke up was because he planned the first date with the girl, and then he forgot to pull up to the date that he planned, and went to play soccer instead.
연애하기로 약속을 했는데 제가 그걸 깜빡하고 또 공을 차버려가지고 또 여자친구는 안 좋아하더라고요. 또 그런 부분도 있고.
봤어요?
So, maybe he's all careful and shit because he knows his ex-girlfriend is waiting somewhere.
No. I mean, maybe that's a really important soccer game, right? And because of that, he forgot. You know, it's stress. Oh, it's the final soccer match of our league, and then, you know, they were together before they had their first date. Seems like it. Hey, I stayed my okay, let's stay. And then
with a sniper rifle. And last but not least, we have this guy who I've just decided to call him the normal dude because hey, he's actually
oh my god, do we get a normal dude? Come on.
A normal dude. Does he have issues communicating? Nope, not really. In fact, he's actually quite confident in most of his social interactions. And unlike George, whenever this guy is talking to somebody, they don't end up looking like they're trying to find an emergency exit but are too polite to leave. In fact, this dude is genuinely so normal, Korean netizens are suspecting him of being a disguised multi-solo because he actually went on a date with one of the female contestants later on called Camellia, and even she was doubting him.
바르기 쉬운 거 주시는 거예요?
네. 드실 때 좀 편하라고. 배려봐라.
섬세함.
배려봐라.
못쏠 아니죠? 못쏠 아니죠?
Hey, which really just tells you how these women really came in with no expectations. What is this, a normal guy?
Oh, I heard it's your birthday. Happy birthday. You're not one of those virgin guys, are you? Huh.
Well, color me impressed. Okay, the dating segment in this show is also very simple and brutal, because the method the show uses to get the men to choose a partner is just everybody lines up in a field.
Oh my god, the men choose the partner. Oh my god.
And then based purely off the first impressions from the introduction hall, if you fancy somebody, sprint towards them. The first or two people there
sprint towards them. Oh no, they intentionally created a situation where you look desperate. Oh my gosh,
gets a date.
It's so evil.
So the first matchup we got to see was my personal favorite, Rookie and Rainfrog, who both chose to go with a girl called Duchoku. Now Duchoku is one of the first female candidates to get introduced. She calls herself Duchoku because Duchoku is her favorite snack, so she named herself after the snack. I'll see if I can find a picture actually. It kind of looks like a mochi bowl with like Dubai chocolate inside.
Oh,
sorry. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, that's her favorite snack. So, as a result, on Duchoku's end, it's looking like she'll be going on a 2-person date, which is allowed.
Oh no. You know that they are introverts and then you made a situation in which they can end up in a triangle date situation. 2 guys, 1 girl. Oh no.
But then again, judging from the looks these girls had when the men first sprinted towards them, it does look like that is too many. So Rookie and Rainfrog is a love triangle. Another love triangle
One of the girls was left alone. It seems like it.
that we get to see was between the Past Man and Count Dracula, who both made a beeline towards contestant number 4, which really isn't a surprise because, hey, just look at the way she had these two motherfuckers acting when she was first introducing herself.
안녕하세요.
Ah.
형님은 넥타이를 고쳐봤어요.
By the way, her name is Firemoth because she says that she is quote-unquote the type of girl to usually fly into a red flag and burn in the process. Which, I don't know what kind of man she likes to date, but I think in this case, the red flags are flying towards her. I feel like both these women though actually did get the better end of the deal compared to contestant number 3, who named herself Ping Pong, because she believes she is capable of responding well to any situation. So then immediately she was put to the test as George makes a dash towards Ping Pong, making this matchup a one-on-one. And the reason George went for Ping Pong is also very simple. When he was describing on what his ideal type is, George mentioned earlier that he is a PhD student returning overseas from his studies in the UK.
Stop,
and he is now learning
George.
how to take over the family business. So that's why his ideal type, in his own words, must be an intellectual and a new age woman. I tried my best to find out what that means. I think the best way to explain his type is that he just wants somebody who is career driven. And I mean, considering Ping Pong does have a very professional look and the way she carries herself is also very elegant, it's not exactly a mind-blowing fact that she does tick all of George's boxes. But George, on the other hand, see, I don't know if he's leaving that great of an impression at all.
다시 좀 껴야겠다.
아껴야겠다. 아껴야겠다.
Wait!
내 손이 나 손.
확실히 싫으니까.
You know what? I hope one day when I am 80 years old, I can also be this nonchalant. What, your hands are cold? I don't know, sounds like a you problem. Okay, so with that in mind, that does leave us the last one-on-one matchup in the show, which is the normal dude and Camellia, who we talked about before. And really, as expected, the date just goes well. Or hey, judging from what we're seeing right now, maybe it's gone too well.
좀 과감히 까고 왔거든요.
야, 이거 플러팅 아닙니까 이거?
Although, at the end of that date, this guy does also tell us that he wasn't really into Camellia because he was thinking about Duchoku this whole time. Because this guy has an ideal type, and it's an actress called Gu Young-jun, and when they were all doing their icebreakers, everybody was saying Duchoku kind of looks like that actress. So I think a huge chunk of that attraction is probably the crowd just gaslighting him, which I think is a real thing amongst dudes. I don't know, try it out. If you know a guy who's liked by a girl, and he doesn't like her back, a little social experiment you can try at home is you get everybody in that social group to get in on it and you just start the gaslighting. Dude, why don't you like her back? She literally looks like insert celebrity lookalike. Just mess with his head. Actually, there is one thing about the normal dude now that I think about it. He did have this weird look on his face when they were all saying Duchoku looked like that actress. So when I saw that part, I genuinely thought he was trying to be all snarky about that comment. Because how the hell is this face in any shape or form expressing that she is my dream type? But I do remember it could be one of those moments where you see someone so hot you're just like, ooh. But then hey, I mean, if that's the face he makes whenever he sees a girl he fancies, then that's probably why he's single all this time.
Bro, you're lighting.
Funnily enough, right? The reason why he ended up going with Camellia wasn't because he didn't try to go for Duchoku. It was because he couldn't physically outrun Rainfrog and Rookie on that one. So he went to the nearest girl in his trajectory, which happened to be Camellia. So once again, what could I say? Anyways, so the two women who are spared from the whole ordeal this round are Solrat, who the past man passed on.
Sanguchi, Solrat is alone. Truly a red flag girl. Our ideal type. Moving along.
And Turnip, which I am going to call it a blessing in disguise, because from what we are about to see, I don't think a single girl walked away from those dates particularly feeling like love is in the air. Like take Rookie and Rainfrog's date for example. At the beginning I would say things were going well. Rainfrog even took the initiative to open the door for Duchoku, had the whole panel shocked, did not realize bro had it in him. But then as soon as they...
But opening the door for a girl is so extra. It's so it's a lot, you know. It feels like, Madame, would you like to see it, Madame? Hmm? It's a lot. I don't know. I'm never into that idea, but I'm willing to be proven wrong if that works.
Began to drive towards the dating spot. The interactions in the car ride started to feel less like a conversation and more like an impromptu Q&A between a detective and two uncooperative witnesses.
취미 있으세요?
있습니다. 있어요.
아니
Do you have a hobby? Yes.
있냐는 게 물어본 게 아니라요. 어떤 취미인지를 얘기해 주셔야죠.
있으세요?
아, 네.
Do you see her face? Did you see her face?
취미를 얘기해 주셔야죠.
있으세요?
아, 네.
She's just like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on?
아니라요. 어떤 취미인지를 얘기해 주셔야죠.
있으세요?
아, 네.
You know what? Maybe Rainfrog is scared to elaborate.
That's it.
On his
The opening the door trope is either you're a genuine gentleman or you just want to do impressions on the go. To make a good impression on the go. Yeah. Yep.
Or soccer thing might have given him PTSD. Eventually though, Jungkook did get the conversation going, and the two guys did also get a bit more comfortable, so it's looking like things are finally going uphill for Jungkook.
Nice.
But Ping Pong, on the other hand, might not be so lucky. Because by this point, most people are already on their way to the restaurants. Meanwhile, George and Ping Pong are still stuck at the original spot, trying to figure out what restaurant to go with.
뭐 드시고 싶으세요?
이거 없이 좀 잘 먹긴 한데 다 잘 드세요.
조금 좀 가린 편이에요.
아, 가리는 편이에요. 아, 그래. 그래 가릴 수 있죠.
Because see, Ping Pong says she's good with whatever. But then George tells her he's not because he's a picky eater. But then he doesn't actually help Ping Pong find a restaurant, so how the hell is she supposed to figure out where they're gonna go? So after that back and forth exchange, the pair then eventually settles on Italian cuisines. But unfortunately, right, the places he wanted to eat were also all closed, because if I had to guess, there just weren't too many people in Korea who fancies a lunchtime spaghetti. So then this segment goes on for a little too long, because even Ping Pong started to get a little impatient and told George to, hey, you know, maybe start looking for a restaurant.
이것도 3시 브레이크. 이거 끝났고. 이것도 2시 브레이크. 어떡하지?
Okay, George, at this point just say, it's okay. You know, we can eat anything else as well. Let's, how about traditional Korean food? Move along! Move along! I agree with you on the part, it's a kind of an extra thing. No, okay. But as long as you're consistent with it, then it's fine. Sure. Most people just give up doing it after achieving or just see it as too much of a hassle. I see it as this person is being pretentious. I mean, unless I one day witness this person doing it for their friends or their mother or their sister or, you know, within that context, you know, somebody else. Otherwise, I think he's being pretentious. But then again, it could be just me, right? There could be this dude out there that is like, I've known since the first day I opened the door for you that I love you, so therefore I'm gonna open this door for you all the time. Unless I'm dating a girl that's unable to, she can open her own door. Yep, that's the way I feel about it too. Yeah, personal feelings.
아, 너무 추워 보여. 어떡해.
조진님도 한번 찾아보시겠어요?
Damn.
어떡해.
조진님도 한번 찾아보시겠어요?
참아뒀다.
그래.
조진님.
Like, you're the one who's being picky about food. Choose the food. Choose the food, George.
좀 가르쳐야 돼요.
But eventually, Ping Pong found a nearby Korean restaurant, and the pair finally
So it was traditional Korean food.
started making their way to the date spot. And that's where George decided to begin his series of advances, letting Ping Pong know she is exactly his type. And then, in George's own words, he says that he is the type of man who, once he's made a decision, will absolutely follow through with it. So that's why he needs to go through this process of discovery so that he knows for sure that he's made the correct choice. Which is a totally valid point, because getting to know each other is a very important part of the equation when it comes to dating.
Yeah, you have to do your due diligence.
The blind spot that George is suffering from is that he completely ignored the fact that due diligence goes both ways. Because during the car ride, Ping Pong also asked whether or not he cares about the age gap between the two. So George tells Ping Pong rather than age, what he really cares more about is stamina.
근데 저는 오히려 나이보다는 체력을 좀 보는 것 같아요.
Did he just drop a sex joke? What the fuck?
저 같은 경우에는 이제 최종 인연을
Oh no, a stamina of the relationship. Ah, it's a figurative. It's figurative, it's not literal.
생각해야 되니까 애를 낳아야 되니까.
Nope, he's talking about sex.
애를 낳으려고 기르려고 하면 좀 체력이 좀 돼야 되잖아요.
Okay, straight to the point of the first date, George. Some would say just like general pattern. So after Ping Pong hears that,
He's talking about kids. He's talking about kids.
First date, George. Some would say just like.
해야 되잖아요.
Okay.
Wait.
애를 낳으려고 기르려고 하면 좀 체력이 좀 돼야 되잖아요.
Okay, straight to the point of the first date, George. Some would say just like general pattern. So after Ping Pong hears that, she gently reminds him of the fact that some people may not be interested in raising a child again, as she herself is also a single mother. And that's when George kind of falls into a dilemma.
근데 만약에 자녀분들이 있으신 분들이 어떻게 해요 그러면?
자녀요?
They posted it. Okay, if they posted it, I'm okay with that.
Body has been reconfigured
Shut the fuck up.
into an expansive.
I don't wanna know. Okay, Nikke EN, boom. Video. Oh, they get removed already. That's fast. Is there a shot maybe? No, did they remove it already? Oh man, that's so fast. Alright. Alright.
그럴 수 있죠. 근데 좀 자녀는 좀.
Posted 4 hours ago. What the fuck? I don't see it. Latest is 2 days ago. See here, right here. 2 days ago. Popular. Latest. 2 days ago. Home. Nope. Don't see it. I don't see it. Shots. I don't see it. Live. I don't see it. Playlist. What? The internet left this public about to be publicly executed. Alright. I mean, they posted this, so not my fault.
Graduation trip proposal? Keep reading. So, this really is just a.
Oh man. Maybe I shouldn't watch this. Now I have nothing to see tomorrow. The collaboration teaser is here. 19 seconds long. Okay, let's see. Oh my god. It's blackface. Fucking Persona 5. Alright, sure. Okay, cool.
약간은 부담스러운 게 좀 있는 것 같아.
Sanguchi, I'm so disappointed right now. Help lah. I'm so disappointed. Did he just call her kids a burden? What the fuck?
그럴 수 있죠. 근데 좀 자녀는 조금 약간은 부담스러운 게 좀 있는 것 같아.
그렇죠.
남의 애를 키우기는 좀 그렇다 이런 생각이 들어가지고 내 애도 키우기 힘든데.
Hey, why don't I process my completely hypothetical parental concerns out loud in real time to the single mother in front of me, worded in the worst way possible? Fingers crossed for a vote from her in the evening. But then what is genuinely more insane is that whilst on one hand George states dating somebody who already has kids is clearly a deal breaker in his books, that he's mentioned multiple times throughout the show that he absolutely does not want to date people with kids, right? But on the other hand, he still tries to take things to the next step and suggests to her that maybe they should have kids.
Wait, did they not tell the male contestants that the female contestants have kids? Or is he that delusional? Surely not.
운동 좀 하세요. 아까 체력은 제가 얘기했었는데 육아를 위해서 체력이 있어야 된다. 예.
그렇죠. 체력이 진짜 중요하죠.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hey Ping Pong, I know I just said I don't want to date you because you have kids, and I know you just said as well that you don't want to have kids with me, but how about you hit the gym so you can have my kids? But at least we now know Ping Pong is right. She is able to literally deal with anything. The fact that she's able to still keep a straight face in this whole conversation is just remarkable in my opinion. I have a confession to make. I feel like I'm not telling both sides of the story, because it's not all bad. He actually did do this one positive thing on this date where he took the initiative in getting the bill, but even then he says he only did it because that's the type of thing that'll improve his reputation.
첫 데이트고 이제 그 하니까 제 평판도 그리고 이미지를 좀 좋게 하게 만들기 위해서 좀 같아요. 예.
But no, as far as the Ping Pong storyline goes, George is 6 feet under in the romance graveyard. Anyways, that was a little side quest. To cleanse your eyes, how about some rookie time? That's right, back to Rainfrog and my favorite bachelor rookie. The dynamic on their end has also now moved on from the awkward Q&A in the car ride earlier to now what appears to be Doochoku, the single mother with her 2 sons at a restaurant. See, Doochoku gives him the fork, Doochoku pours the water, Doochoku grills the meat.
Okay, so it's a more traditional woman who does the traditionally woman things. Sure.
Quickly understood the assignment and started hopping on the grill as well to help. But Rainfrog only has 2 assignments. Rainfrog drinks, Rainfrog eats. Is he on the show because he hasn't eaten for a few weeks? And I guess maybe seeing
Oh no.
Frog occupy himself at the grill meat station, that does leave Rookie the chance to press on, so he did use this opportunity to try and break through and conquer his fear of talking to the opposite gender.
계속 저 혼잣말이에요 지금?
손에 땀이 나.
혼잣말로 무슨 말을 해야 돼?
Bro, you want to say something? Say it. I believe in you. Say it.
Oh, actually, this could be the moment.
제일 예쁜 아닌 거 하시나요?
응? 무슨 말을 해야 되지?
Oh, actually, this could be the moment.
제일 예쁜 아닌 거 하시나요?
응?
제일
예뻐요. 제일 예뻐요라고 해야지.
저요? 아니요, 절대 아니요. 아니죠.
이제 뒤에 얘기해야지. 저는 그렇게 생각하는데 해야지.
Fuck yeah. Rookie then went on to redeem himself and actually got up to try and stop Doochoku from paying the bill as well. Look at him go. But then to Rainfrog on the other hand, that was just more meat for Rainfrog. You know, I can see
Oh no, Rainfrog.
exactly why he went to play soccer instead of going on the first date. You say what you will, but this man knows his priorities. Not leaving without a date, more like not leaving on an empty stomach. I also like how he did try to do a little cheeky save on his reputation when she got back from paying the bill.
왠지 느낌이 계산하고 치고 온 느낌인데요. 제가 하겠습니다.
Why is he smiling about this? What the fuck?
네? 아니요, 했어요.
왠지 느낌이 계산하시고 온 느낌.
아니, 제가 사드려야죠.
I'm in so much pain right now.
당연히.
Oh no, did you grab the bill? Should have been me. Because you gotta throw in a little bit of that performative guilt. Because I might be a cheap ass, but I'm a courteous cheap ass. I guess Rainfrog really is a glass half full person though, because he also believed that the date went fairly well.
솔선수범해서 그 식당 사장님께 사이다 요청도 한번 다시 하고 그런 모습이 너무 호감적이고 제가 티키타카는 그렇게 잘 되진 않지만 그래도 먼저 좀 다가와주는 말도 걸어주고 그런 부분이 제가 호감이 가장 가는 것 같습니다.
I feel like this guy is someone's
Oh my god, he's delusional. High key rooting for the introverted guy. Me too. I like the introverted guy. He's trying. Oh man.
High school best friend. You get a call on a random Wednesday school night. Dude, you don't understand. She even paid for the date. I swear to God, she was all over me. Just when you think things can't get any worse, meanwhile on Passman's end, if you thought this guy was already kind of like an anime villain, then this date that is about to unfold is literally his villain origin story. Because right from the get-go, contestant number 3, Firemoth, was not paying any attention at all to the Passman.
Oh no.
I would even go as far to say the situation overall is looking quite one-sided from Dracula's end. Like, Dracula cannot possibly be this funny. But then Passman does give us a little fourth wall breaking moment and tells us this is typically the love triangle dynamic that you see on reality shows. He is determined to come out on top. So Passman then decided to make the first move and actually found the whole squad a restaurant that sends discount coupons and free kimchi pancakes, which I think is really thoughtful. In my opinion, being resourceful and knowing how to find a deal is always genuinely attractive. But then Firemoth actually called him out for being a cheap ass.
오, 김치. 일단 서비스 준대요. 이거 딱 쿠폰 하면.
쿠폰도 하시게요?
김치전은 먹어도 될 것 같은데.
And then proceeded to still end up going in Dracula's car, even though both of them were saying, I'll drive.
25kg?
그럼 내 차로 갈까요? 그럼 내 차로 갈까요?
내거 삽시다.
네, 좋아요, 좋아요.
아니, 제가.
내가
What was that? Yeah, you want to drive, little buddy? Think again. But also, who the hell says no to discounts? Anyways, so already Passman is at an aura disadvantage, sitting literally in the backseat of another dude's vehicle on a date. Cause oh my, you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be the, oh, what are you guys doing at the front? Like, you don't, no, you know, that's crazy.
True.
But then what's crazy?
True, you don't want to be that guy.
That was literally what happened. So the conversation then gets to a point where the guys at the front were talking about first impressions, and Dracula started saying how people always thought he looked either like a researcher or somebody who works in finance. So I guess the impression he's leaving people is that he works long hours. If I had to guess, it's probably because of the eyes. So Passman then tries to chime into the conversation as well and says, yeah, people always say I look like a professor too. And both of them at the front just started laughing, but like a little too hard.
딱 처음 봤을 때는 약간 그 연구원 아니면 증권맨 느낌.
맞아. 저도 이제 증권맨님이실 것 같아요.
교수님 같다고 얘기 많이 들었어요. 왜 웃으시지? 왜 웃어? 너무 빵 터지시는데.
Oh no. Oh no, that's pain.
I think it was that funny. I genuinely cannot tell if Dracula is just that much more of a smooth talker than him, or if Firemoth just simply does not fuck with the Passman.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like, just visually, she's more interested in him because of the first initial impression, right? And then, this guy is not doing anything to really change the way other people think of him, or the way she thinks of him. So therefore, he got stuck in that position, I guess. Bruh, I think someone at Nikke and gonna get fired or said screw it, I quit and this is my middle finger. Wait, did they post more?
Because there comes a point where during the ordering process, because they went to a place where it's pay first, eat later, so whilst the two were fighting over who gets the bill, that's where Firemoth also tells us that she was kind of turned off by Passman's behavior of fighting for the bill.
Oh, yeah, she just doesn't like him. Paying for the bill is something that's quite like neutral, even positive, right? And neutral as in if they like you, they will be like, wow, he paid for a bill. And if they don't like you, then they're like, oh wow, this guy's being too much, right? So yeah, she just doesn't like him lah. Move on, it's okay.
쿨쿨하게. 야, 되게 꼼꼼하시네.
근데 대부분 그렇게 안 하시긴 하는데. 되게 저랑 다르다. 저는 절대 안 챙기거든요. 그래서 와, 되게 진짜 알뜰하다 이 생각을 했어요.
Yeah, look at this mathematician over here. First he's trying to get us a solid deal, now he's trying to pay for my food. What's with all the scheming, huh? But then once again, two sides of the story, right? Because to Firemoth's defense, the passman does also ask some questions that aren't exactly easy to respond to either, especially on a first date.
저 진짜 교수님 같아 보여죠? 약간
Stop, don't ask. Stop, don't ask that.
그런 소리 나와가지고 만나는 사람들마다 근데 그게 잘생겼다 말은 아닌 것 같아서
지적이라는 뜻이겠죠.
왜요? 아 귀여우셔.
Hey, Unray, oh my god.
잘생기진 않았다라는 말과 똑같은 것 같아요.
Thanks for the powerful in the face.
You know, I really think he has the potential to be a very good boyfriend.
Appreciate
because
it.
he is very thoughtful. And I think that thoughtfulness does come from the fact that he is very conscious about the details. But sometimes you just gotta let go of every little detail. Unless it gives you a free kimchi pancake. So after Dracula returns from the bathroom, the rest of the date then goes pretty much as expected. With Firemoth having a good time with Dracula and Passman is just stepping on eggshells the whole date. And honestly, right?
Thank you. W donation indeed.
Anything out of that date, then it is Dracula, because the confidence on this man, oh my god. The first thing bro did when he came back was declare war on George, letting him know right in front of his face that he had his eyes on ping pong.
그분한테 가려고 그랬어요.
어? 응?
핑퐁님?
진짜요?
핑퐁님? 이름이 계속 안 외워져.
And then a few moments later, contestant number 6, Turnip, also walked into the men's dormitory for a quick vibe check. And I guess that's when he also started kicking himself for not noticing sooner that, hey, turns out Turnip, who nobody went for during the day, was also quite the charming lady.
그 순간 제대로 얼굴 못 찾아봤네. 너무 예쁘다. 너무 예쁘고 너무 가녀리니까. 제가 좀 가녀린 이제 보호를 해주고 싶은 분을 굉장히 좀 좋아하거든요.
That's all well and good, but what if she doesn't need protecting, Drac?
What the fuck is going on? This show, what is this? The dating show where they put 6 versions with 6 single moms. And then they let them date, I guess. It's interesting.
See? Dracula regrets this so much that he actually volunteered to go on a grocery run with Turnip. Bro even busted out the turtleneck and everything, so you know Opar is ready to rumble and not fumble. And Passman also decided to tag along, which I don't know why he would at this point, because all he was witnessing was a whole ass K-drama played out in real time right in his face.
마음 아팠던 거 모르시죠? 좀 계속 그 얘기했는데 마음 안 좋다고. 진짠데?
그럼 좀 오시지 그러셨어요.
Yeah. Stop talking rubbish.
오늘 어떠셨어요? 그러고 보니까.
So then Solrat actually came in and helped him out over here and said it was a 2.
Yo, Sanguchi, it's so rad. It's so rad. So rad.
Man, one girl date, and that's where Dracula followed up with the alley-oop and told Turnip it was just a process. But now I'm passing on the opportunity to little bro over here.
데이트 같이 가셨잖아.
진짜?
저 솔직히 저는 그냥 그냥 친해지는 계기. 근데 이제 동생한테 양보해야죠. 동생한테 양보해야죠.
Once again, I do like the fact that he took the opportunity to dunk on Passman again. So later on, during the same night, it is finally now the women's turn to decide on who they want to pick. And genuinely to my surprise,
Oh my
the
god.
first person to get a returning vote was Rainfrog from Camellia, who the normal dude went on a date with.
감사합니다.
맹꽁이? 맹꽁님에게? 나 당연히.
Bro, Rainfrog is the guy who did nothing. Not only that, he pretended like, you went to pay for the meal. Wow, that's I should have done.
But the reason why she did not choose the normal dude was because they did have this brief conversation in the communal area that made the two promise they will find out more about each other. But you know, it's a brief conversation because George came in and started yapping about history, so it could be one of those real recognizes real moments. It does happen. Fair enough. The second person to get a vote following closely behind was the normal dude, who Solrat took a liking to during the day because she noticed that he is easy to talk to and he's not like the other guys who seems to be a lot more reserved in the way they converse with the opposite gender. What I truly
Yo, normal dude gets so red. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Nice.
truly love about this dating show compared to something like Singles Inferno is when somebody gets chosen, right? You really have to think whether it's because he is actually smooth with it, or it's because, hey, breaking news, normal guy gets an edge up in the dating scene for being the most normal guy surrounded by a bunch of guys who are not that normal. But then again, maybe he is just that guy, because his dream girl, Duchoku, then also gave him the vote. And that reason was simple, because he was just physically her type from the beginning when she saw him, so that one checks out. The fourth guy to get a vote is Dracula
Sus.
from Ping Pong, who took a liking to him because Dracula left a very nice impression during those last-minute group hangouts. Or maybe it's that turtleneck working its magic. Sluttiest thing a man could wear, you know what I'm saying? I also like the fact that she tried to fake George out just to give him that little bit of hope. So close. Dracula also did get a vote from Turnip, who thought he was very considerate because he helped carry the groceries while they were out buying ingredients.
Really? The explanation is just he helped carry the groceries, therefore he's my favorite guy. That is wild to me. I guess girls like performative guys, huh?
But that one's not really a surprise because they were literally flirting in the car. And hey, what do you know? Turns out she did want to be protected. And forgive me for not recognizing this man's game. Last, but definitely not least. With that in mind, the final vote that came from Firemoth actually went to
Rookie!
Rookie. That's it. That's all I wanted to see. Maybe I've aged a couple
Let's
of
go.
years during the whole process, but you know what? It is all worth it just to hear her say this.
하겠다 생각을 하고 나갔어가지고 막 엄청 크게 고민 안 하고 그냥 루키님 바로 드렸던 것 같아요. 그냥 눈웃음이 예쁘시니까.
눈웃음.
See that? Actually, let's see what she said. She said the way she likes the way he smiles.
루키님, 저 루키님 목소리 좀 듣고 싶어요. 계속 웃고만 계시고 미소 천사긴 하셔. 맞아. 미소 천사긴 해. 인정. 그거 인정.
Rookie showed him that smile during the group hangouts. She didn't even hesitate. She just gave it to my boy Rookie. Didn't I say something about that smile? It's that damn smile. So then, probably to nobody's surprise, the only two male candidates who unfortunately did not end up getting picked were George and the Passman. But
Oh,
I know
no.
from my years of dumpster fire reality TV consuming experience, judging from the nature of this show, the possibilities could be truly endless. And I think at the end of the day, there is
True.
still room to turn this around for the two of them, but really,
True.
I'm going to give you guys a spoiler warning before I say it. I'm going to say it. If you don't want to know about Rookie, click off now. This is the end of the video. Alright, I'm going to say it now. They enjoyed each other's company, and Rookie made it out with Firemoth. That's all I wanted to know from the very beginning. I got what I came here for, and I can die a happy man. See you next time.
What? Rookie won with Firemoth? Awesome. Hey. Yo, that was a video by Jeff Gao. That's an awesome video. That was fun. Bell for George and Passman in life. They look like siblings. Oh, they do look they're both Korean, if that's what you're saying. Nah, I can see it. Their eyes are very similar looking. Same smile as well. Oh my god, you know that theory where you tend to fall in love with people that look like you? Oh, I see it now. Let's go. Nose too? The skill gap lobby is wild. Okay, is there something else? Let's see what's his most popular video. I don't see that. Chinese male celebrity hooks seen in shambles after bipolar girl drops hookup allegations. Chinese dating market is cooked. Chinese influencer face has seen better days. Okay, maybe not. Never mind, I don't want to see it. Similar face components is crazy, but it's true though. One Punch Man Season 3 Part 2? What is this? What is this? Attack on Titan? What the fuck? Oh, VTubers react to Mustang and Hanson's relationship.
Hanson dips his head slightly.
Yo, what's her name? I don't remember. Asimov something something. I don't remember her name. Her model looks so good. Shoe on Head is hilarious. Oh, we could do a Shoe on Head video. Was there one? Okay, we'll take a look at Surahe in a moment.
And turns to leave.
That's all I get. You can at least show some gratitude, you ungrateful bastard.
Jesus.
Thank you for your help, Father.
What?
What the fuck? This good little guy came out of that. Dude. I'm so sorry earlier I said that what Mustang wanted was a blowy. That's crazy. Remember when you were making all those ABO jokes about them?
Is that Ian Mustang's voice? You didn't know Ian's Mustang voice sounds like that? Wow. Yeah, that's Ian
crazy.
Mustang's voice.
Hansen dips his head slightly and turns to leave.
That's all I get.
Mustang? Why is he being so needy? That's all I get? What else did you expect? What did you want? Did you want a hug? Did you want a kiss? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be thinking about that. My brain. Sorry, it's my Fujiyoshi brain. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't. Like, I don't feel that way with Yuri, but like when it's Yaoi, it's different for me. I can't help it. I can't.
You can at least show some gratitude, you ungrateful bastard.
Damn. There's some toxic yaoi going on here.
Thank you for your help, Father.
I'm turning off the stream. I'm turning it off. I'm turning off the stream.
Huh?
I'm turning off the stream. I'm turning off the stream.
Why does everybody think that's like...
I just want to disappear, okay? I'm going to...
What's this? It's squishy. It's like a jelly. It's a jelly thing that you just grab.
I made the worst choice ever.
Now you see why I said the heck.
Very sensitive. Very satisfying. That's the word I was looking for.
Never mind.
Stress ball? Yeah, sounds like a stress ball.
Forget everything I said. Please forget everything I said. Forget everything I said.
Alright, okay. Any other reactions?
Because I was like, how did someone like Hansen end up here? It seems really weird from the start when he doesn't fit in clearly and he is not cutthroat enough. Like, why is he here? Why is Mustang putting up with this soft dork? But I get it now.
Wow.
Don't act like I made you do it.
He didn't make him do it. He did make him.
You can at least show some gratitude, you ungrateful bastard.
Thank you for your help, Father.
Don't act like I made you do it.
That's how... Hansen just dropping lore bomb after lore bomb, dude. Tough love, bruh.
Hansen dips his head slightly, then turns to
That's
leave.
all I get. You can at least show some gratitude, you ungrateful bastard.
Thank you for your help, Father.
Don't act like I made you do it.
What? Excuse me? You're just gonna drop that? What? Oh my, okay, no, I had a feeling they were related. Actually, I thought they were brothers at first. Oh my god, what?
Wow, this reaction is good.
I beg your finest fucking pardon?
Take good care of yourself.
Take good care of yourself. Hansen dips his head slightly and turns to
That's
leave.
all I get.
What's their
You can at
relationship?
least show some gratitude, you ungrateful bastard.
Thank you for your help, Father.
He is cool. He is cool. I agree. Father.
I made you.
Delayed
Thank you
reaction.
for your father. Actually, Dad. Father. Is this real or is this a joke? What the frick? I don't know. This is so crazy. I don't know. Oh my god, crazy reveal. I'm just like, what?
Oh, just
That
like,
is
what?
kind of an insane reveal.
Nice.
Quickly.
Hanson dips his head.
Okay, what about the Mustang Whiplash? I'll see
Pushed to his
this.
side, touching up his makeup, spritzing perfume, and fixing his hair.
Which genius handled the lighting today?
That'd be Richard.
Who is this?
The setup's exactly the same as always.
That voice does not fit his handsome face. I'm sorry. Not anything against the voice actor. The voice actor is doing a good job.
Maybe this is
The
a piece
voice
of
actor
lore I shouldn't know
is
about without
slaying.
reading the actual story.
That was really unexpected.
It's fine. You're fine.
I expected him to sound all cool.
Mustang has a son. Yep.
What? That doesn't look anything like him. Who is this guy? That's Must. Who the fuck are you?
Tell me, did les spectacles tickle your fancy, Michelle?
What the
Masha.
fuck happened to him between here and later? A staffer hands him a drink. He sips casually, then flings the remainder across their face.
Get the sweetness right. I won't repeat myself.
What?
Which genius handled the lighting today?
Why are you suddenly not French?
And what's with the audience tonight? So lukewarm. Pathetic. Every last one of them. I give them a rare performance like that, and this is the thanks I get?
Wow, he's kind of fucking insufferable. Where, what?
I'll look into it.
Didn't I say to wait here until the show's over?
Damn.
I miss current Mustang. I don't like this Mustang
Am I
very
a
much.
joke to you?
With that outfit, yeah, kinda.
He's been unwell with gastroenteritis for the past few days.
Fuck, dude.
Mustang, really? Now? Also, what is that outfit? Oh my god. Wait, I need a minute.
Overly grumpy while the son's like that teenager.
What the fuck is going on?
Wait.
Oh, I feel like I'm.
Leviathan, you haven't read any of Nikke? Like none of it? Just to check. You have skipped everything so far? Yeah, I'm just here for the vibe, man. Okay. Let me tell you what's going on. So Mustang is a lovable, flamboyant gay dude. Who is this VTuber? Bonnie Buxwell. I love her content. She's hilarious. So Mustang is a lovable, flamboyant gay dude that is a gay presenting dude that is he's always, yes, oh good, yes, please have some of this thing, that kind of vibes, right? And then for one event story, they suddenly drop Mustang in the past. This is the past. We know this is the past right at the start of the story. And he's completely different. And you can imagine everybody's confused as fuck. Like, what the fuck is happening? And these are the VTuber reactions. Yep.
Hysterical right now. What the fuck? Oh my god! He's the same! I don't like this face. He's kind of a little scary, actually. The audience erupting cheers. Eh? Yes! Did he just... Yeah, a little Sustang. A staffer hands him a drink. He sips casually and then flings the remainder across their face. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I fear I might like asshole Mustang.
Oh my god, bro.
Bonnie, what the fuck?
Oh no! Oh no!
Okay, Bonnie.
Oh no! What is wrong with me? I'm a masochist! Which genius handled the lighting today? Oh fuck! Oh my god, hello Hanson. Hello, handsome. Another one. He looks like. Look at those fucking shoulders.
That old Mustang
dude.
voice or something
Straight
special.
out of-
He sounds like one of those
Straight out of a manhwa. He is straight out of a webtoon. They pulled him from the.
he just sounds like one of the
Korean novel. And plumped in here.
what's the word for it?
What's with the audience?
The Yakuza guys or the Yakuza guys or the punks sitting outside, squatting outside 7-Eleven vibes.
Tonight, so lukewarm, pathetic. Every last one of them. Oh my god. I want him to call me names.
The very bad, very sketchy dude. Sure. Yeah. It sounds like that. That kind of person.
Can I have a second right before I look at you, sir? Hold up. First of all, you look fucking amazing. Second of all, give me a moment. Hold up. I just went through God damn, hello music.
Yeah, this song is so awesome.
Focus. The fucking whiplash, yeah, the whiplash.
VIPs of the Arc, mes amis.
Oh hell, he sounds amazing.
VIPs of the Arc, mes amis.
Mes amis.
VIPs of the Arc, mes amis. VIPs of the Arc, mes amis.
I'm lost. I am. Yep. Whoo! A staffer hands him a drink. He sips it casually, then flings the remainder across their face. Yep. This is past Mustang. I do recall Mustang not being nice back then, but yeah.
Get the sweetness right. I won't repeat myself.
If evil, why does he sound so good though?
Get the sweetness right.
Ah.
I won't repeat myself.
Oh my god. I shouldn't be laughing.
That'd be Richard.
Ah.
NPC. NPC looking kinda nice. He looks so weird next to Mustang. Oh my god, Mustang, your pants! Fucking hell, sir! NPC with actual eyes, yeah, goddamn. Hello. The skulls, yeah, holy shit. That NPC has seen some things, man. Oh my god.
You're gonna make her an Nikke. Ugh. Oh no, hi Mustang. Here we go. We're gonna put her up with Tetra. Oh boy. The staffer hands him a drink. He sips casually, then flings her up. What the frick? Mustang! You can't just throw it at a staff member, bruh.
Why do we know that Mustang was an asshole in the past? Is it because of Velvet during the coin rush? During the coin rush event? If that's the case, then Velvet is old as fuck. Interesting.
Was he pretending to be nice?
Get the sweetness right. I won't repeat myself.
Okay, well the French accent's gone now. Okay, no more French accent. It's
so it was Velvet, right?
Which genius handled the lighting today?
Oh. Are you mad about that?
That'd be Richard.
Oh my god, Hanson! Hi! Hi, Hanson!
Fire him.
What?
That glare's unbearable.
Damn.
Who's in charge of marketing?
Mrs. Miss said that also.
Bring them to me.
Oh
Got
no.
it.
Mustang, can you chill out? Oh god. He's a scary CEO. Oh god.
He's just stepped out to the restroom for a moment.
Didn't I say to wait here until the show's over?
No bathroom break?
Am I a joke to you?
No, well. Am I a joke to you? Is this all a joke?
Nikkes that don't age, that obey if you fry their brains a little. The perfect product to sell.
What did you just say?
You cannot understand why they made Hanson have a high-pitched voice like that. Alright. Enough reactions. Okay, back. That was interesting. Alright guys, it's 4:14 AM right now. We have an event to get ready for tomorrow. So I am really excited for that live stream. So sorry that Sanguchi lost the surprise factor. I lost 5 seconds of surprise factor. And I will spoil myself no more. No more. You still have some stamina left for a session. I have no stamina left, unfortunately. And I don't mean like real life stamina, I mean like in the game stamina. I have none left. So I think I will call it here. Right now we have unlocked up to Kanto 5, I believe. It happened to you too, but you could not stop. Understandable. I will enjoy it with the rest of you guys who have not spoiled yourself. And if you do spoil yourself, then you know what to look forward to, and then you can see my reaction to whatever it is that you have spoiled yourself on already. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoy today's stream. And remember that if you want to buy anything, you can check out the link in the description below. Congrats! How are your thoughts on Kanto 4? I didn't read the story. I have not read past the part that you saw me read last time, which is Kanto 3 halfway through when I was falling asleep. But yeah. So once again, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's stream. I'm done for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the afternoon for the live stream for the summer event. Hype. Was the music for the final boss hit though? I didn't even hear it. I was playing it without I was playing it without listening to the music. Yeah, I'll check it out in the future. If you say it hits, then I should check it out in the future. Also, what's Alberto doing in McDonald's?
Barbecue, bacon, burger.
Okay, what's Alberto? Holy hip windows. Alright, that's all. Thank you all. Love you all. See you all tomorrow, alright? You should read the story before hearing it, W Kento. Alright, I will. Oh Lord. Yep, I feel it. I feel exactly the same as what you're saying, man. That is an oh Lord hip window. My gosh. Alright. Love you all. Take care of yourselves, alright? Good night. Good night. Good night, Sanguchi. Good night, Levitian. Good night, Krister. Good night, Lias. Bye bye.